Okay, cool.
Cool.
This week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We are broadcasting live from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena and welcome you to the grand final show of our fourth week at the Esports Tower Rumble. Last week, we brought you the play from Group A and B, where we had some very exciting games leading up to tonight's grand finals. But first, we'll have to figure out who will be advancing out of Group A. I am your host, Artie Nerdy Bird Rain, and joining me to call all of the action is the one and only Riley Nappy Boyd. How are you doing today, Riley?
I am very good. I've spent the last probably a couple hours just thinking about how insane last week's Rumble was, and I'm just hoping that we can get something even similar to that because that was crazy.
If I'm being honest, Monday night during the Rocket League Rumble, I straight up told production, I was like, yes, that game was very fun last week, but I cannot do another 19 and 17 because I would like to have the ability to talk in the evening.
What? No, overrated. It's overrated.
It's overrated to have my voice after work. I mean, I guess, you know, my cats and everyone else I live with is probably grateful. They're like, oh, I already can't talk. Cool. That's great. But
No.
Personally, I would like to have my voice back.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts. There was just so much going on, and I think everyone kind of, even just watching, I think people learn stuff just because when you go that deep into a game, stuff just happens, but you don't see very often.
Well, in case you missed last week, that brought us to where we currently are this evening. There was two group stages of 3 playing in a best of 1. The top 2 teams advanced to the grand finals, which will be a best of 3 game, and all teams in this week's event are gold and or higher ranked, with Vapor and Cozy returning from the Rumble 2 weeks ago where they got their first championship underneath their belt, playing in for the Phil team last week, and the Landslides looked dominant in Group A, while Group B was really close and had some very intense long matches. My poor voice box.
Yeah, it did, and I'm really interested to kind of see how this how this second week plays out, because if Group B set the tone, Group A should be really good too.
Well, part of making sure that you can play to that top ability and make sure you drag out a game as far as that one did is following some quintessential keys of advice coming from Doc in the form of Doc's keys to the game. And those are, callouts are critical. Watch those corners, call out ability usage, and track enemy econ. Doc's keys to the game. It's the one and only. Are presented by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up.
Yeah, and all of those, we saw all of those happen at one point or another last week, especially in that Group B finals match. We saw how important the econ was, as we saw kind of I believe that game started off pretty lopsided, and then it was just like kind of a comeback as teams kind of worked their econ back, and we saw that, we saw the usage of like your abilities and stuff as well come into huge play, and that's something that we've seen develop over these Rumbles as well, is players being more comfortable with what agents they're going to use, and it's been really fun to watch how that's kind of developed in these players.
I just want more aggro Sage play. Play that Sage like she's an initiator.
Battle
Keep doing it.
Sage.
Just makes me happy. No matter what, I don't care the outcome. Just pop off. We consistently saw that last week, and I'm really hoping we can see that this week as well.
Yeah, it's always fun to see that.
Well, we're going to hop right into our first match here, and this is going to be Team Firestorms versus... Oh, my apologies. Yes, this is Team Firestorms versus Phil Team 6 once again, and we'll be jumping into this one on Ascent. Firestorms going up against Phil Team 3, and this is going to be from the Group A play, so we'll finally be able to round out the events from last week and get a full picture as to what went on behind the scenes.
Yeah. And this should be a pretty good game. This Phil team has some serious talent. We've seen them in Rumbles past, and there's a lot of skill there. It was just kind of a case where they're not used to playing together. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to kind of make that change as we go through this and get to the finals. One thing that I want to point out that I absolutely love seeing, and I think we talked about it last week a little bit, I love how Sky has worked themselves into the meta. It's such a fun character.
Wait, hold up. Do you not feel as though they were already previously meta? I felt like Sky was kind of always meta if you played them properly.
Yeah, I think so, but like it's been the last, what, month and a half compared to like where the meta was. Sky really has been really enjoyable seeing like that come into the game. And I think that's made for a really interesting character to play.
Sky just drives me bonkers. I honestly hate their ult ability. My worst nightmare.
It's pretty good. You see there's just some good utility usage early out of that Phoenix, but unfortunately that's going to mean everyone knows that there's just that Phoenix there in long.
We have most of the team rotating together right now, taking it very slow, trying not to make nearly as much noise as we've seen before. Saites, one of the returning Rumble members we have talked to before, also trying on that Phoenix and trying to hide out, get some information for their team. No one's really making a lot of distinctive movements right now. It's like, it seems like even the attacking team right now is playing that slow, let's wait for the defenders to push out and get the ego peaks.
I kind of like this. I like this slow play. This is a little bit more tactical than we see these pistol rounds. And now the information is starting to come out. There's Saites just unfortunately going to get found by Pax there. But now you know where everyone is, and now it's just going to be all on Cool Guy to try and make a play there. But unfortunately, looks like they're not going to be able to push out just yet.
You got Yumi Cake. Unfortunately, the shorty ain't going to help you out when there's 3 people looking at you right there, and unfortunately, they will go down very quickly. We do see Serenity, a returning member, once again, getting that plant off, so now it is a 3v2. The spike is planted, but that does not mean it's just quite good night for anyone just yet, because if you're on the defender's side, you have an opportunity to do the retake right now.
Yeah, and that's the read right there. Someone's usually going to be on spike, someone's usually just going to be kind of sitting there in hell, and so unfortunately, that's the tough defense on this map. In this site especially, the reads are pretty standard, so that was just a good, strong retake from Firestorm.
One thing I've been working heavily on here, especially for that site, that plant site right there, is for the retake with Sage, I like to actually drop my wall right in front of Hell, completely walling off anyone who's in there, taking out who is on spike, and then dealing with everyone who tries to break through the wall. It's quite fun, but if you miscalculate, it's not great.
That's mean. That's brutal to go against.
I will rip the light from them. Shadows travel
We do see Cool Guy already using those abilities right out the gate, trying to predict where people are going to be going. This is we've seen a lot of people, especially Sage last week, using their wall right here and just chilling out right here in mid. I am surprised by just how bold some of these players are to chill out right there.
Yeah, you get that smoke down early, and oh, that's unfortunate. And there's a classic kill from Pax as well, so Pax is now going to have that Spectre picked up, and that was super important to start. I wouldn't be surprised to see those hot hands go down, and yet we do get the heal off for Pax. I think we hear a Marshall on the map as well. Let's just see kind of who decides to get aggressive here. Yeah, there's that Marshall from Cites there just kind of watching over.
The rotations are starting to come out from Phil Team 6 right now, trying to look. It looks like they're going to go to B. Most of the members of Firestorm look like they're chilling out on A right now. Only it looks like Sova and Jet are the ones chilling out over here. They should be able to take care of those, but they got to be careful since the Marshal is looking at them.
Yeah, it's going to be a full rotate, and unfortunately, I think that Jet's going to be put in a really bad spot here when they see everyone push. You see there's a blind there and the hawk coming out from Sky, so everyone is getting blinded here on the side of Firestorms. This is tough, and now Phil Team 6 just going to fly into sight.
Nice job. I'm really happy that people decide to check that back area time and time again in quick play. I have seen so many people be like, oh, no one's going to be back there, and they just go for the plant and someone comes walking out and shoots them. So thank you for checking all corners, including that one.
Yeah, this has just been a really coordinated push from Phil Team 6 here. This is how you want to play. Making sure that you're running together. You don't want to get too aggressive by yourself, and now, unfortunately, they've got themselves in this 5v4, and so if you're Firestorms, you're going to be put in a tough spot if you want to try and get this retake with the spike down.
Yeah, we did see multiple flashes come out right there. Cozy and Pax will pick up one each. Yumi will pick up two. Unfortunately, Vapor will take them down, and then Cozy will take out El Boof. So the attackers will end up winning that round. But after all, 1-1, not that big of a deal, but the Marshal did get picked up right there. So someone is now hurting for their sniper.
Yeah, a little bit of early game buys here, you know. You usually see pistol rounds go through 2, so a little bit of a force there with the Marshal. I do love this Judge play coming through. Yumi really executing well, using that wall to kind of make sure there is DK. So obviously with the shotgun from farther away, you're going to do less damage, but using the decay from that wall, that was just a really high IQ play.
Once again, we're watching Cool Guys set up their smokes right out the gate, getting ready to be aggressive once again and make this, it looks like borderline almost the same type of rotation to go check corners and move forward. Hopefully Cool Guy this time learns from their mistake and knows not to just immediately push out. That did not work out in their favor last time.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. You see, this is a really late, push towards the B site from two Phil Team members. I don't even want to call it a rotation because they started off over there on A, but they literally rotated 2 seconds into the round, so it almost doesn't even feel like a rotation, just more of like a strategy change super late here. So kind of a delayed timing can be kind of nasty. You see Cool Guys just kind of with this Sheriff back here, but I think they're going to meet the Marshal here pretty quickly mid-map.
Cover going out.
Cool Guy once again using their smoke ability there, trying to see if they can goad anybody out. Don't think anyone's going to fall for it, however, so honestly, Cool Guy, you might be better off just rotating back, trying to, I would just rotate back.
Those wall bangs were a lot closer than Cool Guy realized. Those were not bad shots, and you see that try to go for the hip fire wall bang there from the Marshal as well. And now this is just a straight mid push. As soon as you get info, Phil Team 6 is just aggroing it. I love it.
Yes, we did see Pax take out side test. Cool Guy Fire did take out Cozy as well. So now it is a 3v3. The spike is still in possession though of Phil Team 6. Sky still has it. Serenity's now, oh, my apologies. Serenity on Sky has it. They got the plants off. And now they just got to chill out and wait. However, if you are Team Firestorm, being a little bit too aggro right here might spell your doom.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't be super aggro here, and with Sky's blinds just kind of sitting there and wait, especially you got Omen smoked, and it looks like Phil Team 6 does have that ultimate online from the Phoenix. You do have that run it back as well, so it'll be interesting to see how Phil Team 6 wants to defend this site, but that just is a good indication that Phoenix is popping off early. Really
interesting to see the Omen use both their smokes right out the gate on both sides to try and give their team cover to get in. Ooh, pops off right there. That was beautiful. Time is running low, though. They can't. And it is just Cool Guy. So Cool Guy, you're the only one here. Will you be able to get it in time? Just barely. Will the defenders manage to win that one out? That was pretty clutch.
Cool Guy with the shots. Cool Guy, those were cool shots, man.
He's using the Sheriff right there, right?
Yeah, the little pocket sniper.
Little Jesse McCree action going on right there.
Oh man, those shots were just exquisite. I'm assuming this is my not knowledge of other things. I'm assuming Jesse McCree's Overwatch, yes?
Yes, he
Okay.
is the one that has a revolver in Overwatch.
I do not play Overwatch, unfortunately, so I am not knowledgeable when it comes to that.
All right, I'll just call him Clint Eastwood. There you go.
Fair enough. I can get behind that.
Thank you. Once again, we do have Team Firestorm kind of just split up between both points. Makes sense they would be doing that right now. But for Phil Team 6, they're also kind of split up right now. So it's very interesting. It's like they're trying to get information, but also make the defending team assume where they're going to be going. And then just once the defenders rotate towards one side, we may see the ones... both these teams stay split, but the plant happened at the one where no one's at. We do see Cozy chilling out over here with two others right in the back. So yeah, I really do feel like this is a try and trick people out of where they're going right now.
Yeah, I think that is kind of the play here. And you see it was kind of it's a delayed push into A. You see these two players from Phil Team are looking to see if they can maybe find a pick. It's going to be a 2-on-2 over there, and then you're going to have basically 3-on-3 on this side. And you see there is the... there's the Odin coming out as well. Finally, we see that through 3 rounds. This is round 4 now, so love to see some different gun choices coming in, and we saw how effective that could be last week as well.
We do have, it looks like all of Phil Team now deciding to rotate towards A. However, Firestorm is still split between the 2 points. So if Phil Team can rush in on this one, they've activated the run it back. This is their chance to get control of this point and take it over. We do see that Sky uses their ultimate as well. The run it back has officially been timed out. Now the drone's going to come out from El Booth to try and figure out where everybody's chilling out at. And no one shot at it. That was rather, I'm shocked that survived as long as it did.
Yeah, and you saw there was the Odin kill as well. The drone coming out, getting some info. The darts coming out, getting some info. Everyone's just trying to figure out where people are. Sides is going to be up there in heaven, not knowing that someone's in hell. And there's the shots come. Oh! The right click at the end with the classic over the Odin.
So if any of you were here last week, and for those of you that were not, let me fill you in on something. We don't know why they decided to do this, but these teams decided to go full-blown break meta and all play Odins in one round, and they did come out on top successfully. It made no sense to us, but it was one of the most hilarious rounds I have ever seen in Valorant.
And the thing is, that was Phil Team there, and then Phil Team was the one that just shut it down with a classic over the Odin. So it's like, wait, does Phil Team just have, like...
They're just meme lords, and when you're a meme lord, it doesn't matter.
Respect. Respect.
We do hear Viper pop their ultimate right away, so they're immediately committing to this defense here on A. Very interesting. I feel like that was popped rather quickly in the round. Might not be really worth too much unless their plan is literally just delay, delay, delay.
I think they just want to kind of sit in here. They got really aggro with it, so they're just kind of waiting to see if anyone wants to push into it and see where anyone is. I kind of like this play from Yuumi. It's just going to be a matter of, does Phil Team take the bait? And so far, it doesn't look like they will, because unfortunately, if they do, Firestorms has 2 in there. Now you see the blind coming out from Phoenix as well.
Oh, dang. But the wallbangs from Pax is going to take out both Yuumi and Sidetest on that one, unfortunately. I mean, when you use that ultimate and you both just sit in there, unfortunately, and then you see a flash come out of it, you know that there is at least one person chilling out in there. And so when it's a 2v2 in that sort of situation, both of you are limited on your sights abilities. It's kind of a shot in the dark.
Yeah. Yeah. Overall,
oh, that was a huge blind from Pax. Pax with the ace. That was huge, homie. Nice.
That was such... I spent the last 30 seconds of that round trying to figure out, like, how they decided to do what they did with this Omen teleport popping ult. That was just overall the team play there, and then Pax just cleaning up, just finding every elim.
Just,
holy
and then
cow.
annihilation. That was huge, Pax. Nicely done.
Wow. that was really impressive from Phil Team 6. This is a whole different Phil Team 6 than what we saw last week.
Well, at least, you know, that extra time that they had together can make a huge difference, because in games like this where communication is so key, for anyone that is unfamiliar with these types of tactical first-person shooters, really communicating with your teammates is a major portion of what attributes to your success. Yes, skill level does play into it, but information sharing and the ability to actually understand what what your teammates are trying to communicate is something that takes time, because everyone says things a little bit different. Callouts are a little bit different, and once you can get those succinct and organized, it makes a huge difference in your gameplay.
Yeah, and the strats are definitely completely different. I mean, you see the timings just getting changed up. The timings that we don't normally see just in normal Valorant play, let alone like this ultra competitive, how long they're waiting on their pushes. They're all just kind of sitting in one spot and waiting to just bait people out. It makes for just a completely different game style. And it's
I personally
really
love it.
Oh yeah, this is awesome.
Now everyone is in really close quarters with one another. They got to be careful. They can't make too much noise. We do see Sova using those shock darts, trying to get some wall bangs. Pax picked up a double, taking out Cytess and Cool Guy. Cool Guy did pick up Vapor right before they did go down. It is a 3v3. Sky still has possession of that spike. It looks like we've got a little bit of a split up of Team Firestorm, as we do see Sova using their ultimate right now, trying to see if they can pick up anybody. I think they're only going to get the alarm bot, unfortunately. Oof. And I think I'm going to call them Zinni. I'm not positive if that's how you say their name.
Yeah.
On the Jet, unfortunately, will go down. So now it's a 2v3, and for Team Firestorm, they're very spread out right now. That could spell their doom. They need to converge. Otherwise, there we go. We've got it evened out just a tiny bit, but Cozy's going to take out Yumi Cake. So now, oh, well, there you go. Elbow managed to win with the clutch by, you know, just running out that clock.
Yeah, and that was kind of the thing. You saw that Hunter's Fury come out there from Sova, just kind of waiting to see if someone was over there on default on B, because they knew no one was over here on A. That was just a really good play to just kind of, if the most likely plant was going to be not taken care of, then they knew they were probably going to win that round.
It's the Sikuno spray.
I love that too.
I finally got that spray, and I'm
really?
so happy.
Plus, I mean, it's just so wholesome.
It's so adorable.
Sikuno's just so wholesome.
Oh, okay, so Firestorm, their Jet already popped ult. They are claiming territory and saying, no, you do not come this way. So Yumi and Jet have kind of given away their location. At least Jet definitely has over there with Viper on point A. If I were Phil Team 6, I would honestly start rotating B right now.
Yeah, I just don't know that they know how big of a push this is. And you see, here's the, you saw the Wolf coming out there from Sky. So in reality, if you're Phil Team 6, there's the ult pulp, but you do have these numbers. It's just going to be if you can take advantage of the points. And Cozy
is off on their own going towards B. I'm a little worried about Cozy, but if Cozy can get a pick and trick out the rest of Team Firestorm, forcing them to rotate back, thinking that that is going to be a larger push over onto Site B, it could work out in their favor. But everyone's moving really darn slow, as we mentioned before. So, yep, okay, we do see the rotation coming out towards B. The Toxin Fields have come out from Yumi Cake, so Yumi now probably is realizing that the rotations are happening as well. Yes, they do. So now Firestorm's finally starting that rotation, leaving Jet still over on that site A, however. So those numbers, that man advantage that's, yeah, that Phil team's going to have is going to help them out a little bit as they get this plant off.
And that's just all messing up timings. I mean, that's literally all it is. It's just playing this so slow and confusing timings, and now you see the Killjoy get popped.
That was fantastic.
This is such high IQ play from Phil team right now. It's really impressive, and you see actually.
Dang, they got one.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't see that very often.
Oh, that is not a fun situation to be in. It's like basically the equivalent of being locked in T-pose.
Yeah. Not fun, and you see Yumi here just trying to break in, but
oh,
I don't
no,
think there's gonna be enough time.
Oh, dang! Yumi!
Oh.
That was so huge. Yumi, that was so close. The exit frag, I will give it to you. That's a big gamer move right there.
Yeah, just fly in, find a couple there with that judge. Yeah, that was big plays from Yumi just to get aggro because they knew there was no time left in this round, so just go for it. Kind of surprised there wasn't like a bait, like with the at least like throw down a tap on the spike from Yumi there. see if they could push someone out and find one just a little bit earlier and see if they could maybe try and at least get a shot at getting the defuse off.
One thing I want to talk about here a little bit is the fact that we've seen Vapor time and time again. They consistently pop off. They are playing Omen when typically they are playing on that Jet and or Arena character, so they have swapped up their playstyle to help benefit their team, which is, of course, huge way to be a team player. But I honestly can't even tell that this is not your comfort zone type of operator pick there if I'm looking strictly at you, Vapor. So nicely done.
Yeah, anytime you can get someone that can run the smoke so well, that's so important, and Vapor is doing a really good job with that. So, yeah, shout out to Vapor. That's impressive.
Everyone's being nice and quiet still. We don't see any hard commits. Once again, the split push that's happening, and Riley and I have said this before, those who push together win together type deal, but we are our words are being thrown in our own face right now because these teams are not pushing together and still successfully doing this. Granted, though, they are changing everything up. They are going big brain, like high IQ, 5-head style gameplay right now. So I guess when you are that advanced and understand the meta of this game that well, you don't need to be all together in one giant group.
And look at how they've messed up these timings again. They have Firestorms just kind of dancing around right now, and all of a sudden they're just in sight. It looks like Pax popped an ult, but they just walked in behind. They just walked in behind.
Oh my goodness, that is y'all. Spike was planted. Cool Guy did pick up Serenity. We've got Skylixer trying to get some picks right now. It is a 4v4 still, though. That was just incredible. We do see Vapor using those smokes once again. Elvoof is going to try and get in, trying to get some just easy marks on someone through that smoke. We see the Jet use theirs as well. Cozy's going to pick up Jet almost instantly. That was beautiful. LaBouf will pick up one. Vapor will pick up one. And now it is a 2v2. With Cozy really hurt, and Yumi's gonna take out Cozy. Vapor will take out Yumi, so now it's a 1v1, and now it's like, do I just defuse or do I just take the bullets?
Yeah.
Oh, dang! And unfortunately, Vapor will pick up Citus, allowing the attackers to win, but unfortunately, Vapor, you will go down in the explosion.
Yeah, that was just really well timed. Once again, I mean, Firestorm's winning gunfights left and right. I mean, they're bringing this down to 1v1s. They're doing a really good job of winning the gunfights they need to. It's just not in time.
Phil team is just, I don't know. They're in everybody's heads, including my own.
Yeah, this is one of those things where like you go back and you watch the VOD later and you're like, man, this was like peak. This was the best.
It just makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And once again, we have Yumi popping that ultimate very early out the gate. Honestly, Yumi, I don't feel like this is the play.
I mean, just trying to force something over to that other side and just force them to be in one spot if they want to do that split. I mean, I understand the thought behind it. Trying to be a little aggro back, it's just tough because unfortunately Phil team have just done such a good job of countering it.
And we already have Serenity getting that plant off. They did pop their ultimate earlier. It does look like we also have the run it back has been activated by, yep, right there. Phoenix has activated their run it back. We see the flash come out and they've already been able to come back, and it was in a safe location, so nicely done there. And now it is just a matter of who's going to get what pick. Citus is going to pick a Vapor right there. So now it's a 4v3. Cozy's really hurting on their health right now. Down goes Cozy. And now it is a 3v1 with just Serenity standing.
Yeah, just got to try and get a defuse here. If you're Firestorm, you saw there's the Hawk coming through, getting a blind. Unfortunately, that wall DK is going to hurt, and those are good shots there to just kind of finish it off from Cites.
I feel like this is starting down the path of 17 and 19 all over again.
Yeah.
They're going to do it to us. They're going to do it.
They might.
And they're going to have huge grins on their faces the whole time. Like those announcers, their voices, I want to hear them just sound like sandpaper.
Nerdy and Nappy, hope you didn't have plans tonight because you'll be here late.
Don't worry, I never have plans. I don't have a life. You can. All I do is school in this, guys. Don't worry.
I wanted to grind more Valorant.
Come out to my farm and you'll cry because I don't get internet out there.
Oh no. That's no good. And see, now there's finally that rush, and it looks like Yumi's the the investment into Sight for Yumi might have finally paid off there as you slowed down that push. You finally guessed out Phil Team 6, and that was super important because now they've got a little bit of info and they know there has to be a rotation.
Honestly, it seems like, from my perspective, Phil Team was like, all right, time to change up our strat once again. Like, we're just going to go full-blown push one location and let them know that this is where we're going, and then we'll just swap it up again. Yeah,
and here's the pinch, though, from Firestorms. That is what's so dangerous about the way that they do this. If you get guessed by one of these Firestorm players and you're all just happen to be there, now the pinch is in.
Oh, Citus, no! Oh, I'm so sorry,
those.
honey.
You gotta win those.
That was literal death from above. I'm so sorry. We do see Serenity pick up that jet. Cool Guy's gonna pick up Vapor. We hear the hawk go out, so someone was blinded, but then Skylixer and Cozy just picking up 2 more. 3v1. Unfortunately, Cool Guy Fire, you are a clutch player, but I do not foresee this working out in your favor.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. You know, they kind of just wrap back heaven here to see if they can find anything. And the plant is kind of going down there in a default spot. But you're going to have 2 radon spike and one's just in hell here. You're going to have to win a couple of huge gunfights.
Yep, and with that one, Skylixer will take out Cool Guy, and the attackers will win that round.
Yeah, and you see Phil Team once again. That's what makes me kind of wonder if this may not be one of those long games, because the way that the offense is playing here, Phil Team 6 just kind of, anytime you see an offense go up like this, that usually is an indication that they're going to do pretty well in the defense as well, and defenses are obviously favored in these kind of games. So it kind of makes me wonder if Phil Team's just kind of on a different level right now.
They may be. I mean, when you pick a name that is very, very similar to that of SEAL Team 6, and if any of you know your U.S. military history, you know what SEAL Team 6 did in the past. You are bold to be taking a name so similar and just basically saying to the world, yes, we are that good in this game.
Well, I'll tell you what, Yumi was that good with that peek right there, because that was a great peek and a great one-tap straight to the head.
All comes down to that crosshair placement we've talked about time and time again here, something that I need to work on a lot.
It's hard. It's hard. I spent the last week kind of grinding it myself, and there's once again the Hunter's Fury and
coming. He picked up Vapor. Citus did take out Skylixer there. It is now a 5v2. Serenity still has the spike, but Serenity, yeah, I'm sorry. That's the only thing I can say to this one.
It's not a very serene moment for Serenity here. You're kind of stuck where it's like, well,
time to go back to the moon base and just stay there.
Exactly.
30 seconds
There's that
left.
shock dart coming through the blinds.
Oh, the blind's gonna come out. Citus knows you're there.
Oh,
and with that, Cool Guy's backup on that will take out Serenity. Oh, that's always painful. But it is only a 5-2-6 right now. It is still anybody's game.
Yeah, as we go, we're one away from here, this swap, and so obviously we're going to be initiating. I want to say 2 pistols again here in the next 2 rounds. However, I mean, obviously, we saw a force coming out.
If someone pops off very early, we may not see that pistol round happen at all. If Cool Guy can manage to get a couple kills, or anybody for either one of these teams picks up more than 1 kill, we will probably see a force.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't usually see that force so early, so that could completely change this momentum, because those middle pistols are usually critical to kind of getting teams back on track.
Oh my gosh, yeah, okay, this will be interesting.
So you see, as you're just kind of pushing in, everything's going to get invested here in this last one, and obviously Phil Team 6 has 4 ults online, so I'll be interested to see how they want to just get aggressive.
Showstopper multi-kill! Showstopper multi-kill, please!
And you've got the chance here. Is this a double pack play through long maybe, or just throw something down into back sight? You never know. Hopefully that's what we see, though, because those are the funnest plays to watch in Valorant.
We do see Jet pop their smoke, knowing where the rotations are coming out. If you are looking at our mini-map here, we do see Firestorm is still pretty split, as is Phil Team 6. So the strategy is not fully changed yet. There's no full commits to one location. It is just mess up these timings. Serenity is going to find Citus, and we do hear Serenity also pop their ultimate. So now it's going to be interesting as we see the shots coming out. Unfortunately, some people do get blinded from that ultimate. Like I said, I hate it with a burning passion. And Cozy does pick up Yumi Cake as well.
You see, just those Guardian shots coming through, see if they can pick anything up in heaven. You see that Killjoy is going to go off as well, so that's going to allow that spike to get planted, and you can kind of force them to push from the same spots. You know, you see that sentry kind of go down there from Cozy as well, that alarm bot. So I think this is a pretty well locked down spot from Field Team 6.
We do hear the run it back be instigated right there from Pack, so they can get in and get some information. They'll take out El Bouf using that one, and they are already respawned back to where their Phoenix box was. We hear there's the showstopper come out. Cozy's going to pick up Zany. Cool Guy will pick up Serenity, and with that, the attackers will end up winning that round. Nicely done.
Yeah, when you have 4 ults online,
Yeah,
you should never lose.
especially when it is the end of the round. It's, you know, pop everything, you're going to lose it anyway type deal.
Yeah.
And if you are tracking the econ of the enemy team and you look at your team on the last round of a half and you're like, we've got 1 ult, they have 5.
Yeah.
This isn't going to go in our favor unless, heaven forbid, your team is just like 1 off of having their ultimate across the board for each person. And like the 1 ult that's available is like, you know, a Sage res. Then in that case, you might be okay.
Yeah. Fight for those orbs to try and get them online. Now you kind of go into this pistol, and if you're Firestorms, I think personally you have to win this pistol. You can't go down 8-5 and then 9-5. You got to win this pistol.
They need to take control of the momentum of this match right here, right now. Otherwise, it's just going to start going downhill for Team Firestorms.
Yeah, they're going to have to win a lot of offensive rounds. That's tough, so starting with a good pistol is the best way to do it.
We do see the Wolf come out as well right there from the sky. So I'm pretty sure the locations of the group over here by Scientist is determined. We hear the Hawk come out as well. 2 blinds have been used. I don't think anybody, unfortunately, got blinded there. And with that one, Scientist will go down to Cozy. Cozy getting a triple, taking out LaBouf, and Yumi K. Cool Guy will take out Skylexer, and Vapor will take out Zinni. Nicely done.
Yeah, that was that went
Salt spray.
Quickly. Yeah. That went quickly because of a huge 3-piece there from the side of Killjoy. This was the swarm grenades, the alarm bots,
huge.
the
Those
shots.
are so, oh my gosh.
Big plays, Cozy. Big plays. Bravo.
So we said it, Team Firestorm. You needed to win that one. Unfortunately, they did not. And I do probably think that Phil Team 6. Oh, wait, no, they are not going to force it. They're going with another pistol round, so that may help Team Firestorm a little bit here to actually come out on top of this one. Without the force happening out from Phil Team 6, it may play into their favor.
Yeah, this will be interesting. Obviously, if Phil Team 6 ends up winning this, then both teams will be on pretty solid econ. If not, kind of get pushed back a little bit. You might see full Spectres on both sides, but you do hear a Spectre getting used, it sounds like, and there's the Judge coming out from Skylexer as well. So both teams just trying to find something. If you're Firestorms, you gotta find an early pick here. You know, you don't want to try and attack something, you know, 4v5. So this early pick's so critical for them.
I'm not gonna lie, when I'm looking at the operative picks for both sides right now, I feel like Phil Team 6 has the more well-rounded composition here, because I know Sky's not been fully meta for a very long time, but their ability to heal multiple people at once is huge, and that can help out their team. But even with that, we've got Pax running through, just taking out 4, and then Cool Guy being like, all right, I gotta put an end to that. But then Vapor's gonna come up behind Cool Guy and take them out in a little Omen on Omen aggression happening. And with that, I do believe Phil Team 6 came out on top of that round.
Yeah, Pax had visions of ace number 2 because those Spectre shots were just so crispy, and then the Fury, yeah, those were the frenzy shots were perfect as well. So that was almost a double ace, pocket aces, if you will.
Don't say that when our one Rocket League player with that name is not here. Hopefully they're in the chat and heard that.
I mean, my bad.
It's okay. We have Ace Pocket, who they're one of their slogans is "I've got a pocket full of aces."
Oh, I like it. I like it. I was just being the poker reference.
It's all good.
This is going to be once again. I mean, it's almost every round is coming down to like Firestorms has got to find a way to get one on the board now on offense. You have to start winning them. Phil Team's just winning their defenses like they need to now, and if you're Firestorms, you have to win one, and that's a huge pick from El Bouf there.
Yeah, unfortunately. So Serenity, as I mentioned, is on that Skye, and Skye has the ability to help heal up their team as that support style hero. Well, so support style operative, and with that player down, it can put you in a pretty sticky situation considering only one other person on that team can self-heal. We do see Pax, of course, bringing it back, taking out Zinni right there, evening up the score just a tiny bit. Omen still has the spike in their possession, though, so it's not like that one kill is going to slow much of the pace of this round down as we see the flash come out here from Pax.
Pax has been so good with this Phoenix here, using those flashes to their advantage. It's been really impressive to watch them play with it and just kind of toggling around and finding the finding those cursor points.
Oh my gosh, Pax actually just popped the run it back already. Holy cow.
I love it. This is awesome. Pax is just doing mad work right now. Pax is on fire.
Pax is just spicy. That is insane. We also see Citus taking out Cozy. So now we are down to a 4v2. Phil Team 6 is actually hurting. However, the timer is in that red zone. They need to get that plant started before the 5-second mark. They are running low on time. 1 second before there's not enough time.
Nope.
Cool Guy might have enough time to get that plant out. Just barely. 0.98 seconds left on the clock before that timer ran out. And it is now just the Omen Vapor remaining, and Cool Guy will take them out.
That's brutal, because if you're Phil Team 6, you were banking on not getting that plant down, so it's like, oh, that's tough. You thought you had the perfect play, and you were less than a second away from having it, and it just didn't pull off there in the end.
Honestly, I did not think Cool Guy had enough time to get that plant.
I didn't either. Maybe there's some desync in the clock from where the clock is to where the plant is. I don't know, because that sure looked like it was under 5 seconds to me.
Here.
So I guess maybe that's just superior game knowledge there. Now you see, again, another combined push here from Firestorms. They've got to find a way to get in and get this spike down quickly. They've done a good job of defending it once they get it down, so now they need to try and get in and get this planted early. And they do have the advantage here if they can go fast.
We do see the Venom Wall being ready to be put out, as well as multiple smokes being popped, and we saw the drone come out to try and get more information as to where people are at. Cool Guy is halfway done with that plant. They almost completely have it. The plant is completely done out, so nicely done there. Now it's just a matter of preventing the retake.
Yeah, and they're set up pretty well to do this here. You see Zinni's just kind of hanging out under heaven there, waiting to see if anyone wants to go and try and push down. As you see the Sky's dog is going to come through, but unfortunately, I don't think if you're Phil Team 6 that you're in the best spot to be retaking here.
Yeah, we have Zinni and Citus both getting doubles right there, and with that, the attackers will win, bringing us to a 7-9. Nicely done, Firestorm. You're bringing it back. Don't lose the momentum here. Keep control of the pace of this round to make sure you can even out this score more. Hurt that econ for Phil Team 6.
Yeah, this is really, really good from the side of Firestorms here, winning big offenses. You know, it's hard to win lots of offenses in a row, and so they're doing a great job of it here. And Zinni with that judge underneath heaven, just kind of dancing back and forth, you know, using those tailwinds to kind of get away from fire and just winning big shots.
Cover going out.
We do see that both Omen and Phoenix to the side of Firestorm have their ultimates online this round. We might see Phoenix pop theirs. It could definitely play into their favor to try and get information when going into a site to see where everyone is at, but we'll have to see how they determine how they choose to use that ult, because of course, you know, at the end of the day, we're just announcers.
I don't think we're going to see Firestorm pop just because they did save, you know, no shield and a sheriff this round, so I would be surprised if it gets popped here, but I guess you never know if they just want to play it for info, and maybe that's just kind of what their thought is, but I think this is a little bit of a save round here from the side of Firestorms.
Side note, Cool Guy, thanks for making me want ramen because of the charm on your gun.
That actually does. Yeah, that sounds good. I love some good ramen.
We did see Omen pop their ult. They got the spike planted. Now we see some Venom clowns being sent out as well. Citus picked up Cozy, and now they're going to heal themselves up. Serenity is still standing as well. So we've got a 3v5. But the Omen for Team Firestorms is hurting a little bit, so it might quickly turn into a 3v4.
Yeah, and that was a good use of that ult to get around and get the spike planted. So now if you're Firestorms, you're just holding off a 3v5 retake. I mean, this is a situation that you should win, but as emphasis on should, because there are some players on this field team 6 that can pop off.
We see Skylexer manage to take out Cytus right there. It is still now it's a 4v2, but 2 members of the side of Firestorms are hurting. The spike is slowly counting. Well, that timer is starting to click up quite a bit, and with that, the attackers will win. Unfortunately, people were a little bit too close to the spike.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. You don't like to see you lose those guns because that can kind of help the econ if you don't have to buy, but they should have enough that in the end it won't be a huge problem, and they brought this right back. They've won the momentum rounds that they needed to win after losing that first pistol. Good on Firestorms.
I'm not gonna lie, and I might curse myself by saying this. I'm a little shocked we've not seen an operator come out yet, but I think we actually just saw the Jet with the operator for Team Firestorm right there. So, okay, and Vapor. All right, this is gonna be a battle of the snipers. Let's see who has the better crosshair placement, the better peeking, as we've already identified the location of one, because Vapor's going to pick up Yumi Cake instantly.
Yeah, that was a big shot from Vapor. Good pick early there from Field Team 6. Super important, and we know how dangerous Jet op combos can be, so it'll be interesting to see if the side of Firestorms wants to get aggressive with that.
They did send out that arrow to try and figure out where some people were. It got shot down, so they're aware that there's at least one person chilling out over there. It is a 4v5, so Firestorm's hurting a little bit on the operative number front. However, they still have possession of that spike, so that's good. Omen and Phoenix both have their ultimates ready and online with Field Team 6. Omen now popping their ult. As I say that, that could spell the doom for Firestorm because he could go identify where people are standing right now.
You see Pax is just waiting on someone pushing mid, and so is Zinni. It's just going to be a matter of who goes first. Who decides that it's time to roll.
And we see the recon dart go out right there from the Sova. No one's going to take it out, so that might actually get them some information and help them realize that there's basically no one chilling out on A right now. But we'll have to see.
Yeah, it looks like that's kind of where this rotation's headed, but big shots from Pax. Big shots.
And then Vapor's going to take out Cytus as well. That sniper, if someone's good with a sniper in this game, it's just horrible.
Yeah, the op is pretty nasty in this game with it being one shot like that.
Last player standing.
Pax is now the only one remaining for Team Firestorm, and I do not foresee this ending in their favor, unfortunately.
Yeah, Cool Guy was just kind of waiting to see if they could find any exit elims there just with no time, and Vapor actually finds a third with that op, so should be able to buy for a teammate now as well with those big kills. So shout out Vapor, really saving Econ there. And bringing this now to a 10-6, or a 10-8, excuse me. That was important for Field Team 6. They did stop that Firestorm's run.
The econ's going to be a little bit more evened out on this one. Honestly, I feel like this is going to come down to whomever ends up using their abilities to at the most advantageous times. However, Firestorm has 4 ultimates online, whereas Field Team only has 1. We do hear Jet instantaneously pop theirs as Cool Guy Fire takes out the carry of Pax in immediately. So now it's going to be up to somebody to take out Cytus now, or take out Cool Guy, because those two are constantly fragging.
Yeah, and they're just kind of sitting there in long. You see it's kind of a 2-1-2 push here from the side of Firestorms. Zinni's just waiting in mid to see if anyone wants to get aggressive through mid on the side of Field Team 6, and so far no one does. So this is going to be where it comes right here. It's going to be Skylexer versus Zinni here in a second.
Oh no. Oh boy, this will be interesting.
It's a good Omen smoke to kind of block that off and make sure that doesn't happen just yet. And now that goes away. So who peeks first?
Oh, yikes. Vapor, just Yumi Cake is returning that insta-kill that they had at the beginning of the last round with the operator. Back over onto Vapor as we see Cytus use the running back to take out Skylexer. And now it is just Serenity. Serenity did take out Zinni, but Serenity,
no time.
yeah, I think this might just be a get out and save. Yeah, get out and save. Grab the op from your teammate. Nicely done, but get out.
Yeah, you saw the blind just go through there so they get across and make sure no one pushes, and I think that they're just going to kind of chill in the back. Now it's going to be the question of does Firestorms want to get aggressive with this and give those exit elims.
Trying to keep an eye on our mini-map right now to see where our players are standing. We do see the rotation starting to come out, and unfortunately, if you're looking at where Serenity's at right now, their back is completely turned to where everyone's rotating. But thankfully, the round will end before they will manage to get over to Serenity. Please don't make me eat my words. Yes.
Nice, there you go. Worked out well, and 10-9, yeah, this is a lot of offenses won just on both sides. This is really impressive. That's not really what we see all of the time. You know, it's a lot of times defenses win a lot. So this is really nice to see so many offenses being won right now. Kind of fun.
All right, now we're looking over here to see what rotations we might have coming out, and it looks like it's just the split push all over again. If you're looking at the defenders, they're split between A and B, but there's a lot more sided towards the A plant site rather than the B, so hopefully our attacking team realizes that, makes a quick rotation to go get that plant off. But all of these players are such big brains, they may have something completely different in mind.
Yeah, you see still kind of a 3v2 push here. It looks like it's more like actually a 1-2-2 almost. It's kind of an interesting push, and you see El Booth there is just waiting to see if they can find anything heaven with that kind of an aggressive peek. Skylexer's kind of the only one there just getting those paint shots down.
We do have Killjoy and Phoenix with their ultimates, and Sova and Viper with their ultimates as well. Omen's chilling out with that spike. They are kind of converged rotating right now. They still have one trailing over towards that B site by themselves. Always a little bit risky, and someone's trying to come up on the flank to... No, they're rotating all the way back around as well. I think, yeah, we're going to see the flip over to site B, while most of the defending side is looking like they're still looking at that A site.
Yeah, Pax is going to be kind of a one-man show
left
here, and it's going to be interesting to see how quickly that rotation comes out. If they can get it fast enough, then they might be okay, but El Booth's just trying to get any sort of a pick there towards the back if you can.
Every time I hear El Booth, it makes me want to say LaBeouf.
I know.
Nice shot from Vapor right there, and Serenity following it up, taking out Yumi Cake. So now there's just 3 remaining for the side of Firestorms. They still have the spike in their possession, but now it is not enough time remaining on that clock for the spike to be fully planted, I think. Oh, wait, no. Okay, I think it's 4 seconds to plant the spike. So, not 5. All right.
Yeah, they're playing that right towards the end, and now if you're the side of Firestorms, you still have to try and get that off out of the hands. That's an interesting play. They're gonna have to go back and pick it up if they win this round. Oh, the cool guy got a little bit of info there though.
That might be huge. Cool guy. Oh no, the reload! Ah! We've said it before, would you rather die reloading or die out of ammo? And not gonna lie, you got lucky.
Oh man, couple of opportunities there for cool guy.
That was unfortunate, but it'd be like that sometimes. We did see that both Serenity and that Omen were insanely low on health, so if Cool Guy had just gotten a couple more bullets out, they may have actually taken both of those operators out of that one.
Yeah, and you saw big shots there. Unfortunately, that's just what happens. That Phantom obviously is not a one-shot like the Vandal is to the head, and that's just kind of that gun choice can be. Do you like having the suppressor on there or not? Unfortunately, the suppressor was what probably did you in there, Cool Guy.
We've got Yumi now coming out with that operator. We see El Boof pulling out the drone almost immediately, trying to get some information out to see who's chilling out over here on site A. They did not see very many people, but I do believe someone shot at the drone, so they know that there's at least one person there. However, Phil Team 6 chilling out on 4 ultimates right now. Firestorm's chilling out on 2, so that might be a little difficult to win out this round, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, you see Serenity's just kind of spraying into the fire there, just seeing if they can find anything. So there's going to be a little bit of a wrap here, just back into Gardens. And
ooh, Side Test is really hurting right now. I wonder if they're going to use their heal ability, because you can barely see the sliver of health on that Phoenix right now.
Yeah, you gotta wonder if there's going to be a high hands getting used. That's a big pick there from Skylexer, though.
Okay, yes, Phoenix, it is now time to use those high hands. You need to heal yourself.
I think Sides is just trying to use that flash to get into hell there just to see if they can use those hot hands. And Skylexer, again, there's the showstopper coming out and finding a big elim.
We saw the blind happen. Now the smokes are out as well. Cool Guy's just chilling out on top of this. Defenders have instigated both Killjoy ult and Hunter's Fury. Vapor's gonna pick up Cool Guy. Cool Guy did take out Serenity and Cozy, and then Vapor took out Cytus as well. So now it is a 1v2. Pax tried to get the defuse, but their location is known. With that, Vapor will take out Elboof, and I do believe that there's more than enough time to get the defuse, and they're even sharing it.
What plays that was too. Like, those were just really, really nice, really nice reads here. I think they popped, I think it was
Match point.
I think Run It Back got hammered there. Yeah, you see Run It Back from the side of Phil team. So when this child came in on the spike, they got the elim there, but you saw it just went away. Just a good play there out of the side of Phil team. Just the bait and switch, really.
And Vapor once again with the op. Are they gonna do the ego peek? I hope we can just keep an eye on this one. Just don't get off Vapor until we definitely see that there's no one going to be in their LOS for a hot minute, because I want to see if we get an insta headshot kill right now. Dang it! And as I say that, we switch over to Serenity and Skylexer. That's okay. I totally understand. Yes.
I wonder if Vapor's going to try and use their ult here as well to get TPA into a different position, kind of get a cheeky angle there with that op, and see if they can't find a pick as well with that being the only ult online right now on the map.
Revealing area.
And those sound cues are definitely going to give away to Phil Team 6 that there's at least 2 over here from Firestorms, and you saw the tailwind coming through, but it didn't matter. Cozy going huge.
Dang, Cozy, pop off!
Nobody else going to kill you. Got to let Cozy get this ace. You got to let Cozy get the ace.
Don't be mean. No. Come on, let Cozy. Okay. All right.
Still up for him. And they know there's one right there.
Spike down B.
You're dead.
Nice! Cozy taken out Cytus on that one. And with that, our winner for this one will be Phil Team 6. Nicely done!
Yeah, that was a heck of a turnaround from last week, and I think that puts them in the grand finals, correct?
I believe. I could be wrong. Don't take my word for it. I don't know if you watched Rocket League on Monday, but my ability to predict anything within regards to finals is just out the window now.
That's okay.
Well, Riley, I hope you know that this is a team game at the end of the day, so you can't win at this by yourself. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. As we just saw with that last round coming out from Phil Team 6, that was incredible in comparison to last week. And not saying last week was bad by any means, but you can see how talented they are playing in their Rumble together for the second time as a team. Esports Tower really takes the time to create teams that are well-matched and well-rounded all together. I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of the coaches, and if you are watching and have yet to check out Esports Tower, definitely do that. Check them out at esportstower.com. It is a fast track to help you rank up.
Yeah, and really do shout out to the coaches there, because I think some of those early strats from Phil Team on the offense to kind of bait those pushes out from the defense and just those mess up the timings. Yeah, that was just really impressive.
All right, well, that is going to do it for our first game of this evening. We're going to take a short break and come right back. So be sure to return here in about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Grab some chips, grab some water, and be ready to see all of the action go down in our next round of Valorant.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
between Landslides and Team Lightning to see who gets to claim this week's title of the Rumble Champions. All right, Riley. So we just saw one heck of some big brain play coming out from both Phil Team and Team Firestorm. So we're going to see two teams. I'm going to call it, I wanted to say faces, but they are, you know, teams coming in now that have had a little bit of extra time together. Obviously, that was enough to make some incredible strides for both the teams we just got to witness. What do you feel like we're going to see coming out for Team Lightning and Team Landslides?
Well, we got to see both these teams last week, and Lightning looked fantastic. They just looked aggressive. They looked like they just had the shots on point. The gunnies were up. So I expect to see more of the same there. And for the side of the Landsides, I think that they were able to take out two really good teams. They advanced out of that group of those other two teams that we just saw. I expect a lot of really, really, really good Valorant is what I expect.
Well, looking at the rosters here, definitely want to keep an eye on Mr. Punish. We saw them pop off multiple times last week, as well as Mr. Memphi and Prestige. I'm excited to see what they bring, as well as Snadsy, who we've seen pop off more than once. But overall, all of these are very skilled players. Maybe we'll have the opportunity to hear a little bit of what's happening in between those rounds in the comms. We've gotten that privilege more than once. Perhaps we'll get to hear some of that. But overall, both these teams are very well-rounded. Super excited to see what they have in store. However, as always, these guys need to keep in mind some quintessential keys of advice coming from the one and only Dr. Haskell in our game of Valorant, and those are: callouts are critical, watch those corners, callout ability usage, and track enemy econ. Doc's keys of the game are brought to you by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up.
Yeah, I think callouts are going to be super important here. I think that these teams, when they get into these grand finals, they're going to be looking to kind of do things a little bit differently and try some different strats. And I think those callouts are going to be so critical, because right now everyone's just kind of trying to get locked in, and if you get shot in your back because your teammate didn't call something, you're going to be kind of pissed.
Well, it is finally time to kick off our main event and jump into this game. One of the grand finals. We have the Landslides facing off against Team Lightning on the map split. Everything we saw from those two teams in the group showed us that this series could really be going the distance, both looking very dominant from that group stage. If we see a 19-17 match again, I am going to be drinking tea all night long and using cough drops for the next week.
Yeah, and obviously with this being a best of 3 instead of a best of 1, that completely changes some dynamics here, the way things are done. You know, trying to win this first map is super important, but you can still kind of bounce back, so it just kind of brings this back into more of like a full feeling series, and I think that'll change some dynamics.
Well, the team that wins this grand finals will be the first team to qualify for the BFC Valorant Championships from Esports Tower, which puts a lot of pressure, very high stakes on this match overall for everyone. But I've said it before, in this game, in Overwatch and in Rocket League, every game you have to treat as though it's a 0-0 score and go in with everything that you possibly can and leave it all out on the field at the end of the day. So it's going to be very interesting if we see that pressure possibly affecting how these players end up performing today. And I am so happy to see that both teams have a stage. I am praying for some aggression.
Yeah, I think this is a map where Sage can just be so effective. We see a lot of teams, even if they don't normally run a Sage, you know, this is a map where we see it come out a lot just because of things like that right there. The walls can be so critical on this map. There's so many different choke points here, and you see Punish was trying to get one down, and unfortunately, Landslides did well to just kind of fly right through it.
So, as I mentioned before, most of these players are gold rank or higher, but Prestige and Mr. Memphi are both immortal ranked players. Well, the other three for their team are platinum ranked, so these guys are a little bit higher skill tier than what we've seen thus far, and that might play out here very quickly, and we might see some big brain stuff happening as we see Valorant, who was playing that stage last week, now on the Omen, taking out Mr. Memphi, Mr. Punish taking out one as well, Zizo following that one up, Prestige taking one out, and then Zizo taking out Prestige. Now Mr. Punish has the opportunity to get that defuse happening, and with that, the defenders will win the round.
That was a lot of information that you remembered and just said all in a very short period of time. So congrats to you, because that round went so fast. I got very confused as to how that all happened. So
I take it as a gift that I got from playing way too much Overwatch. Used to be told I sound like I should be an auctioneer.
Well, I'll tell you what, it comes in handy when you're commentating, because yeah, that was just a lot of stuff and it all just happened and you just, bam, it was all right there.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's been a work in progress. All right, we see, I believe everybody right now for Team Landslides is rotating together towards point A. We see the bot come out as well. No one's taking that orb. Good on them, because that's kind of just going to give away your location right away. The spike carrier, unfortunately, will go down though. Valorant already took out Prestige. Just fragging out on that on the Omen this time is Zizo with the jump kill. That was massive.
Team Lightning is just absolutely flying right now. The pack plays were money from Zizo there. This is confidence at its finest.
So if you guys aren't super familiar with how Valorant works in comparison to other FPS games, because I myself get called out for this one all the time, trying to shoot while in midair drastically reduces your ability to fire accurately, and even with that sort of handicap there on Zizo, they still are popping off right now.
Yeah, and if you're Landslides, they've tried both sides now. Nothing's really working. They're going back to kind of the old standard here, just kind of ramming it down to B, and there's the
Marshall kill coming out. Dang!
Landslides can't win right now, unfortunately. Lightning's just doing everything right.
Lux, that was spicy.
You see there's the camera. The Cypher Cage is going to get activated to kind of try and counter that camera there, and you see that Vandal is going to get picked up, and Lux is just kind of hanging out. Still got that Marshall going, and they're just throwing some ghost shots through that Cypher Cage, and the rotation's out now.
We've got Prestige trying to rotate quietly. We do see Zizo has already basically predicted this rotation to start waiting here in mid. Their location is known, but I do not believe that that's going to be enough of a deterrent for these guys to stop their push right now. Honestly, if that wall goes down as it is right now, they may have the opportunity just to push in and take out Zizo, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, and Zizo just kind of has that information there, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them kind of wrap back through spawn. And looks like CC's just kind of sitting over here still on that B side, waiting to see if there's any bait just to try and keep them thinking maybe they're still there, but it's not going to be the case. This is going to be a full push back over towards A, and now you see they're just kind of hanging out in heaven, just waiting to see if anyone's going to push there and see if they can find any sort of a pick.
We see CC take out Zizo, Valorant take out Prestige.
How is Valorant still alive? That was crazy.
Honestly, Valorant last week was like an initiator on Sage, and I'm really happy to see them playing an operative that plays more into that playstyle other than Sage, though. As I said, I love seeing a Sage that's just absolutely positively oppressive. But with that in mind, switching it up, taking a different operative may have been the call here, because that is allowing them to do so much. It is a 1v2 right now, but the spike is planted. Jet is severely hurt right now, so this is going to be difficult if anyone's trying to play for this the retake.
And obviously, on the side of Lightning, if Lux can find one, then they're going to get that overhill coming through. So they're just going to throw that Lear out there. Unfortunately, they do get spotted a little bit. They're going to get away, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
18 health. Yeah, I don't foresee this working out in their favor. However,
no time.
Yes, now we are at that 10-second mark on the timer. It is time to just get out and save if you are Lux. And for both of those players on the Landslides, they need to just get out so they can save their econ.
Yeah, and that was just, Lux did everything they could there, but unfortunately it just didn't work out. There was just no time left there.
As we go into this next round, the only player with their ultimate ready to go is the Omen for Team Lightning, so it'll be interesting to see if we get that popped out instantly. You can see a little bit of a replay that happened earlier in the round that just resulted in kind of like the disparity that we saw. The last second plant also that occurred was huge, not gonna lie.
Yeah, they held it off once again, just got it down in this corner, not really in a default spot there, but kind of a different plant. That was a smart play, so it could be watched from heaven, and it could kind of be watched from backside as well. So good plays all around there from the side of Landslides to finally get one on the board and end up winning it over there at A. There's that Omen TP coming through as well, so that's going to be interesting to see if that can play out into anything.
We see Mr. Menfi popping out that grenade, trying to see if they can pick up anybody using that wall bang. Valorant will pick up Mr. Menfi instead. Unfortunately, when you are kind of free firing, just trying to get damage out, not knowing where people are at, it does give you away. So if someone has a better position on you, you are in for it, and that's something you got. It's a calculated risk, and unfortunately, it was miscalculated for Mr. Menfi.
And there's Prestige getting it down, but Valorant, once again, I mean, switching ops and using that Omen TP into such good effect, and that was unfortunate there. You hate to see kind of shooting at the alarm bot and then having the Killjoy just pop out and shoot you while you're still trying to shoot the alarm bot.
The Landslides only have 2 standing now. Team Lightning has 4 up. And as I say that, Clids managed to take out Prestige with CC taking out Zizo. It is now a 1v2. Valorant is getting that defuse, however.
There's the knives.
You got to get in there. Double updraft right there.
Oh, no.
Not enough. Oh, man, just one more knife, and that could have taken, I believe Omen would have been done for. That is always painful to see. Nice try, though, from that Jet.
Wait, how did that not? I have to see this again because I thought that was definitely enough knives here. I love this play. The aggression to just throw the one and then fly. I think they only hit like one. I don't know how. They were right on top of them.
It looked like one was a headshot, but the other one was a body, and then the other one might not have. It looked like it possibly was a no-reg. It hit a shoulder kind of, but it might have just no-regged.
That's tough. That's tough. Because, I mean, that was a really smart play, but it just didn't quite work out.
We do see that Jet for the Landslides is already very much so hurt. Mr. Menfi is going to take out Zizo, so a little raise-on-raise aggression happening right now with a 4v5 with Landslides up 1 operative. The slow orb's going to come out from Prestige. They're going to probably use this wall, to help them get past that little area from those ropes. It's always difficult to get past that when there's someone chilling up there in heaven.
You see there's the cameras and alarm bots getting taken out from the side of Prestige, just using that classic to good effect. And so now Landslides are going to be able to try and get a plant down. And there's that res coming through from Punish onto Zizo, and the martial shots just can't quite hit. That should be spike planted. Yep, there it is.
Snazzy managed to get that plant off. Now it's just a sit and wait game. The wall is starting to decay already, so they need to be careful if they're just going to chill right there. Maybe take some better rotations out. We do see the blind coming out from the Omen as well. Valorant starting to push in. The Lear's been already destroyed. And with that, unfortunately, Clids will pick up Snazzy. CC will pick up Punish. Zizo, Prestige. CC will take out Valorant. Clids will take out CC. And Lux will take out Solixy. And with that, Clids will get the defuse.
CC hit a couple of big shots there. Something that I've noticed that CC seems to be just so good at is just kind of, they're able to shoot really well while they're strafing. I love that. That's something that we don't see as much in Valorant, you know, especially kind of in those like mid
CS:GO strats.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like you have to stand still for most people in Valorant. So CC being able to kind of strafe while they shoot is really important.
All right, you heard me talk about how we've got a couple of really high-ranked players over on Team Landslide. But right now, Team Lightning is still holding their ground and is all gold players, which just goes to show how strong of a team they are even up against higher-ranked teams. Part of that definitely comes from coaching from the esports tower, but another part of that just comes down to your ability to work together as a team and still, you know, try your hardest regardless of the disparity in, quote, skill or ranking. Regardless of that, when it comes down to this, having faith in each other and doing the best you can is always what helps out, as we see Mr. Menfi unfortunately take out Valorant rather fast, and there's still 3 ultimates online for Team Landslides, whereas Lightning has none.
Yeah, Lightning right now just kind of not doing any, no one's really popping off at the moment, just kind of letting the teamwork kind of work in like you'd mentioned, and this has been really impressive from them. And there's the Killjoy coming through from the side of Landslides, so there's just one of those ults coming online and down to a 4v2. Oh, but then Zizo with 2 huge shots.
We do have the Killjoy out. No one was detained. It's still 2-2. Jet still has their ultimate. CC is going to manage to take out Clids. So with that, Lightning only has their Raze standing now. And CC will find Zizo. Find that head rather fast.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's something that you'll hear me complain about all the time if you ever play with me is unwinnable gunfights. I never seem to get winnable gunfights, and that was not a winnable gunfight at all because the headshots were just unfortunate. I mean, looked like Zizo knew it. As soon as they saw their Cypher go down, it was like, just get away.
Just run.
Just get away.
Run. CC has been a fragger before. We've seen them pop. Their crosshair placement is so good. Their trigger discipline is also amazing. And that type of stuff is just deadly. Landslides right now still have 4 ultimates. We did hear Jet pop their ult. We do still have Cypher for Team Lightning with their ult as well. So they may end up using that if we see a slow push happening to try and get information.
Yeah, and here comes maybe a little bit of a delayed knife push here from the side of CC. That's a little different than what we normally see. I would have thought that it would have been something that was a little bit quicker, but the smoke coming through, everyone's just kind of set up from the side of Lightning here. There's more smoke, kind of a counter smoke actually.
Hey, we hear the showstopper come out from Mr. Memphis. They managed to find Lux right away. The spike carrier will go down, and now it is just trade after trade. There's just 1 member remaining for Team Lightning. Jet still has their ult online right now. Raze picked up that spike, so now they either find the Sage, take them out. Mr. Punish is kind of, their location is known right now, and the spike has been planted. So, Mr. Punish, I present to you 3 options. Go for the exit frag, stay where you are and pray no one comes after you, or run away.
Find the Jet. That's the best
yes,
option.
Find the Jet.
Get the off the map. Just kidding.
Oh.
Not gonna happen.
Okay, Snazzy picked you up.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. That op stays on the map. Those were good plays from Snazzy just to kind of bait that out and go back to this 4v3. Landslide's just right back in it real quick. That round, it's kind of funny. My initial thought was watching how that all developed. I was like, wow, that turned in from search and destroy into it looked like a hard point. Just really fast. Just everybody just flying into like one area, and it was just like, all right, we're defending, and just like kind of dropping everybody down the way that went so quickly. That was a chaotic round to say the least. Look at the save coming out here from, it looks like Lightning.
Go get him.
No, they are not suppressing their steps, so their location's going to be known. If anyone was listening closely to those footsteps, unfortunately, it's something you got to keep in mind. Team Lightning has 4 ults online, but their Sage is down. Landslides, everyone is still alive. Sage has that res online. Mr. Memphis will take out Clids, bringing them Team Lightning down to just 3 operatives now. They are in a desperate situation. They're either going to play for the retake or play for picks here. And as I say that, CC will take out Valorant, leaving just 2 standing for Team Lightning. They are now very much so in between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, and they were just saving so hard there in that round. I mean, I think that there was like 1 or 2 shotguns here. I think Zizo was the only one that bought anything at all. Maybe the Sheriff and a Shorty got bought, but everyone else was just running classics. So I think that was kind of a throwaway round there, just kind of get themselves into a spot where they can buy fully now in this round, and they could afford to give that one up, I think.
We do see CC, I believe, has bought the op, so we're going to see some deadly play coming out. Landslides only have that res online, but this happened a couple times before where the res is the only thing online, and then everyone else is so close to their abilities that they either get an orb, get a pick, and their ults are all going to be online either next round or midway through this round. Team Lightning has 4 online. I doubt we'll see all of them popped at once, but we may see Cypher pop their ultimate if the rotations coming out from Landslides is too slow to predict enough to predict or get enough information.
And you see that mid wall, there's just kind of a standard Sage wall there, just making sure no one can just get an easy fly through middle, and they're ready for it now on Lightning's side. So Landslides now, they've got 3 committed mid, but Zizo's just going to be holding that down almost all by themselves.
So interesting note about Team Landslide. According to the coaches from Esports Tower, this is the team that has the greatest natural synergy and team chemistry out of any of the teams they've ever worked with thus far. And so with that in mind, we've put high emphasis on communication in this game. That type of natural just cohesion coming out for Team Landslides may be that key that everyone else is missing to help them come out on top of this one, but we'll have to wait and see, of course.
Yeah, they're doing a good job so far. They've won some offenses, which is so important because, like we said, you know, offenses are not always the advantageous side here. Good shots, big shots there from the Killjoy. And there's that Omen ult getting popped, so they are going to be TPing here, so they're going to try and get in behind. That's going to be critical to see if they can kind of change the face of this round and just kind of get this taken care of.
We did see Lux take out the Killjoy there. Now it is just 2 players standing for Team Landslides where there's 4 standing for Team Lightning. That clock is starting to run out as Lux takes out CC and Snazzy right back to back, getting that ace. Nicely done. And with that, it is now 5-4, but still anybody's game. Lux still has that operator as well. They are going for those ego peaks and kills, and they are saying, I am here to just destroy.
Yeah, that was huge, and now they obviously have Empress online as well. So if you're Lux, you're feeling good, you might pop that Empress early and just kind of get aggro, see if you can pick up a couple more and get your team in a spot to go and win another round here and go up 6-4 as we kind of continue to approach half here. Memphis just knows it once, just kind of waiting there. They had that crosshair placement, but no one wanted to peek. It was kind of a, it would have been a big ego push, and now you see it's a 4-push mid here.
It is for Team Landslide right now, just that one ult online. Team Lightning has 3. No one's activated them just yet. After all, 2 of those ults out of the 4 that are currently online are ones that can only be used if someone is dead. But with that in mind, we might see that Empress be used for Team Lightning if the push comes out and they know where everyone is at.
Yeah, and it's just so slow here, and you see Memphis just kind of locking down this B side all by themselves, and there's not that much presence here on this B side as well. This is a really slow developing round, and as soon as there's that another pick, you might see that neural theft coming out from the side of Lightning.
Valorant picked up Mr. Memphis right there, so Landslide are now hurting. They're down 2 for Team Lightning. They're down 3 as well. I'm sorry, I passed grade school math for sure, I promise. But Team Lightning does still have their stage with that res. However, Snazzy is just going to punish Mr. Punish anyway, so that res will be useless as we see Snazzy now going for the plant. Lux is on ropes trying to get someone to hear them going up, but instead no one's gonna fall for it, so now it's time for them to rotate.
Yeah, and I think at this point you've got that operator. You don't want to get too aggressive here on the side of Lux. You know that you're gonna have to try and find a defuse, but that's gonna be almost impossible. Don't want to waste the econ, probably just gonna get away, and
honestly,
yep, they're just gonna run away.
Yeah, I'm going with Riley on this one. We tend to agree on a lot of things, so you can take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Get out.
Yeah, exactly. And just hope you're not getting hunted, which you probably are. If you're the side of Landslides, you have nothing to lose. You might as well just kind of go hunting, but they're on the wrong side of the map.
Yeah, looking at that mini map, we can see that Reyna did get out for Team Lightning there, far enough away, and the attackers were far enough away from the explosion to stay alive as well. There's not enough time for them to go hunt down that Reyna, so they will survive and save the econ just a tiny bit for themselves, possibly help out a teammate and be able to help them get a gun if they are hurt.
Yeah, and you keep that op on the map, so now if you're the side of Landslides, or excuse me, the side of Lightning, excuse me, you're still in an okay spot. You've had to give up a couple of offensive rounds, which is not great, but this is a map that you can kind of afford to do that a little bit, and saving that econ and saving that op on the map, especially when you have someone like Lux who's so good with it, that's almost more important than giving up a round here or there.
I'm gonna be honest, there is a disparity in the rank play here. Obviously, we discussed that, but rank for some people is just completely botched out the gate no matter what.
Yeah.
But with that in mind, this is so even right now that honestly, it is amazing to see this level of gameplay coming out from both of these teams. I love seeing it. Mr. Punish is barely getting out of that Killjoy ult in time. There's the showstopper coming out from Mr. Memphis, picking up Mr. Punish, who, like we said, just barely made it out of that detain. But even so, they go down. That's always a risk you gotta take when you're peeking.
A little bit of a ranged showstopper there coming out from Memphis, and you're down to this 5v3 now, 5v2, and this is a tough spot if you're Lightning. No reason to get too aggressive at this point. Looks like Landslide's doing their thing, trying to get aggressive with those pack plays, and CC does well with the 180 tracking.
Oh, CC. Clids will find CC, but Clids is definitely hurting on that health, and Mr. Memphis will pick them up right away. Now it's... Gonna do it? Okay, I was like, wait, you've got one more. Why would you do that right now? That would just kind of be like a, I don't even need it type of deal flex happening, and that's just BM.
It's for the memes.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
do it for the memes. No, that was just a really good play overall. Good use of the showstopper.
That was beautiful. I honestly did not anticipate that picking up anybody, but I guess Mr. Punish was just a little bit too far to the left.
Yeah, just the sniper rocket launchers, it feels bad if you're getting hit with that.
We do see here that Team Lightning has gone for not even a full buy, despite this being the last round before the switch. Landslides went for a full buy, so they're just gonna go ham here. Lightning has 3 ults. We do hear Jet for the Landslides pop their blades. So now I think we're gonna see CC just pop off. I'm hoping, unless I just jinxed him. And if I did CC, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Drop the caster curse in chat.
That would be it feels bad, and unfortunately I think you might have done it, not because they're not gonna find anything, like they're losing fights, there's just no one around them, and there was a Sage there, but it got walled off, and now that Snazzy kind of sees Zizzo's gun right there, but can't quite get the angle. They're gonna get called out, and CC's just trying to push for anything.
Oh, Mr. Memphi's gonna take out Zizzo. That's painful.
Oh, Memphi's just down to 2 health right now, just trying to rotate around to the back of the map.
You can't even see the health on their health bar. Hopefully Prestige gets them that heal unless they already used it.
Ooh.
Hey, CC picked up Glitz. I did not cast or curse you. That is close enough.
And that was just a really good round out of the side of Landslides there to go up 7-5.
Raze still has no health. I genuinely think, I want to know how much Raze had there. I think it was like 4.
Yeah, it was not much. It was not much at all. But you see, this is such a good team call out there to drop down from heaven. They knew exactly where Zizzo was there, and Mr. Memphi was just ready to roll. And that was actually a huge double for Memphi to find that Omen as well. That was super important. But that first kill, that just shows that teamwork in the comms there. Plus, kind of really unfortunate that you could see the gun kind of looking around the box. That was tough.
Those visibility lines, man, they sometimes get you.
Yeah. Yep, that's just kind of an unfortunate moment.
All right, so the rotations happened. We have hit half. Everyone's now back to the pistol rounds. If you're Team Lightning right now, I feel like you need to win this one.
Yeah, I think that momentum could be critical here, and you see Clint's just trying to get a couple of shots in there. Nothing quite there. Can't really connect with too much, unfortunately, and it's kind of a slow developing ground, kind of a 3-2 push.
Everyone has committed here over to Site B. No one is even anywhere near A. We see Mr. Memphi take out Mr. Punish right away, so now it is just 4 standing for Team Lightning. Thankfully, they still have the spike in their possession, so they don't have to worry about trying to pick that up and someone guarding it. But they need to make some magic happen.
Yeah, and that wall is decaying, so now Snazzy knows that there's at least one there, but little does he know there's actually 4. The smoke's going to try and go out.
Oh, the Cypher cage is out, so that's going to make it difficult for Snazzy to rotate through there and try and pick anybody up. That's always a little painful. Mr. Memphi and Prestige are just chilling out, trying to see if they can hear anybody. They can hear. Oh, Prestige. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'll tell you what, I thought for a second there that there was going to be a big second, but unfortunately that's not the case, and Memphi with 4.
Mr. Memphi just friggin' popped off. That was spicy. Nicely done. But Prestige, I am so sorry. Like, I could hear them in my headset coming up, and then I looked at over on the right, and of course, as the observers, we can see the outlines, and I saw 3 of them, and I was like, ooh.
You hear those footsteps and you're like, guys, there's so many coming. There's so many coming. Please help me, please help me, please help me.
It's a stampede. There's a stampede coming through ropes. I'm gonna die. I am going to die. That is basically what that turns into in the comms. If it's me on that end and Prestige, if you kept your cool throughout all of that, congratulations, you deserve an award.
Yeah, that was tough, and now we see the Bulldog coming up from Memphi. Love the Bulldog choice, one of my favorite guns in this game.
Oh, Prestige! Prestige, be careful! Oh, no!
And Lightning are just trying to kind of get some stuff pushed together.
Prestige, get out!
Their own slow orb is really kind of hurting them right now, I think.
Please, I'm begging you, run away. Okay, Jet's now there with you. That might help. CC is able to pop, but when there's 4-ish, 5 people standing there, it's not a good spot to be in. Just get out.
Oh, but there's
Mr.
Memphi
coming in clutch, taking out Valorant. Oh no. Yeah, there's a Cypher cage. Now you're in a sticky situation.
Oh,
dang,
the showstoppers.
Mr. Memphi, a double showstopper kill. Holy cow. Wow!
And the paint shells are going to give away some information. This is just chaos in mid. Wow, what a round.
That was a bloodbath.
That was such good use of that Cypher wall from the side of Landslides to just dance around it. Mr. Memphi with huge shots, the paint shells as well. It looked multiple times like the opening pick was going to come in through Lightning, and Landslides just danced around that wall.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, this was, Memphi did so good there, and then waiting to break the wall until the timing worked for you. Just exquisite. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
And it looks possible. Hopefully someone hits tab. Please hit tab. I want to see if there was full buys happening already or not. As we see Snazzy pick up Mr. Punish right away. That's always a little bit of a painful situation to be in.
Oof.
Ooh, Valorant hurting a lot, but still managing to pick up Mr. Memphi. Snazzy will then pick up Zizo. Lux will go down.
Wow.
Valorant and Clids all go down as well. And with that, the defenders win, just losing their raise, and that was so fast.
That was so fast, and that was such a nice 4 from Snazzy as well with that Spectre. Just hitting the shots that they needed to. I mean, that was such a quick round. I mean, it was opening picks within the first 10 seconds, and then it just all just kind of kicked off.
Side note, no one tell my mom that there's an aquarium skin in this game because she's obsessed with fish, and that might be the one thing that gets her to play a game, and I don't want that to be the reason.
Oh, but it's such a cool skin. It is such a cool gun skin.
Yes, but when you grow up and there's nothing but whale pictures all over your house, you get sick of it.
That's wild. I can't lie. That is wild.
My mom has these beautiful posters of whales, but, like, I don't need games like this encouraging my mother with whales. Please don't. Please stop.
Fair enough. Clids here just kind of waiting. You see that tripwire waiting to see if anyone wants to push across. That's such a good play, just kind of waiting to bait that out. Oh, there's the satchel play to get up top and see if you can see over that Cypher wall, but nothing's there.
Dang. And we see, ooh, I think that was a double slow orb. Clids is going to take out Snazzy. Lightning is up 1, up 2. Oh man, they're still up 1, but CC went in and fragged out, taking out 2. It is now a 2-2 even play right now. However, the spike is down. Oh wait, nope. Cypher did manage to pick it up. Mr. Punish is just gonna walk right into CC and take them out. Mr. Memphi, it is just you standing. What are you gonna do? We see you with that sheriff. We know you can pop off. Are you gonna click heads, or is your head gonna get clicked?
I'm not gonna lie, the way they like came up that rope and like cocked it back, I was like, ooh, this is action movie stuff. I could see a big 2-piece coming in here, and they are gonna be, looks like, trying to push around here into this mid site or into top heaven. They picked up that Phantom, so they're just trying to find that opening pick, because that's going to be so important. And you see there's Cypher kind of pushing out, so if they can find this opening pick, they might have a chance.
Oh, their location just got definitely revealed with that sound cue of hitting the ground.
The wallbangs look like it might have been there.
They did get a little bit on that Sage, but that means Sage knows that they are there as well. And yep, Sage, Mr. Punish just waited, rotated up behind Mr. Memphi and took them out. Honestly, that is some discipline right there, being like, if I don't move, there's no guarantee that they know I'm here yet.
And I think that's kind of what they were going for. I think you're right. It was just kind of like a bait. And that was kind of the second bait that we saw that round, because on the side of Landslides, they started out off with that fake Sage wall. I mean, they popped the wall, but they didn't use it. They baited it around and wrapped through mid. Lightning just did a really good job of countering the counter. That was just a really good round overall. A lot of strategy getting involved there.
Cover going out.
Bit of a sewers push maybe here from the side of Lightning.
Your duty is not over.
Quick res coming through. Big shots from Punish over that Sage wall as well. That's super important. That res ended up actually swinging this in a 2-person swing here. You found the res, and then you actually got the elim as well. So Punish doing big things here in this round, trying to keep their team in it. You want to get this back to 7-10. Going down to 11 and only having a couple rounds to play with is a little sketchy.
It's, I don't know, heart palpitations, anxiety inducing, or it's the fuel you need to pop off. Take your pick.
Yeah, mental fortitude's so important here when it comes down to these late rounds. So, like you said, this obviously is a huge grand finals with the opportunity to qualify for the big first-time Valorant tournaments that we're hosting here coming up in the future. So you want to win these. Winning this first map so important, and it looks like there's going to be a chance for Killjoy to find a couple, but they're not going to get the shots in.
Yeah, no pressure, right, Riley? Dang. Just laying it on thick right there. As we see Mr. Menfi, Snazzy, and Solix pop off, but Mr. Punish will take out one. Lux will do another, and Mr. Punish yet again. Mr. Punish is really hurting right now. They get that plant. I don't think they have their heal up and ready. Empress is ready to go, but it is just this raise, but they're right in front of them. Mr. Punish, oh no, you are not in a good spot.
They know that they know that Reyna's over there in corner. They saw the overhill coming through. They're trying to cross her place. They got a little shoulder peek there.
Oh!
Good shots.
Oh,
they got to
no.
go fast if they're going to get the second one, though. There's only 7 seconds.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, the paint shells. Could that be the play?
No.
The paint
Oh
shells
my
are the play.
gosh! Oh, Mr. Punish. I wish we'd seen their spec because I want to know if they had. I think their heal was still on cooldown. It does have abilities in this game have an insanely long cooldown period. And that's just unluckers.
What a play, though, to throw the paint shells over the box. Don't go for the wall bang like Sage would have been expecting. You get the first shots there onto Reyna. That was so important to find that first kill, and in this paint shots play, just 1,000 IQ play.
Dang. Big brain play. Oh my god.
Oh man. Oh man. That was impressive. Mr. Metfi showing why that they are leading this team into the grand finals here.
Cover going out.
We do see that for the landslides, their raise has popped that showstopper. So Mr. Menfi already used it, took out Mr. Punish. Now the other showstopper is going to be used to take out Mr. Menfi. A little raise on raise aggression happening. Jet's now going to pop their ultimate. It's going to be interesting. Let's see if they can get any kills. CC, I pseudo-jinxed you last time. Let's see if you can get a couple kills this round.
Looks like the pack didn't really do anything for Zizzo there. Unfortunately, trying to rotate back through sewers here, see if they can get something back over to this B site. Just kind of watching, and here's a 4 push through mid. CC's going to have some info. Can those knives do anything?
Oh man, a little bit too late. Their location from the spy cam is going to be revealed as well. That's always a bad situation to going to be in. They do still have those knives up. They can possibly find someone here if they are, you know, brave enough to try and peek.
Yeah, you wonder if there's going to be some sort of use that tailwind, use that updraft. They do see that Cypher cam. They're waiting to see if there's going to be a mid push. You don't want to waste one of your knives on that, so you almost have to wait for someone to go, and they might have that chance.
Oh, no! Valorant's going to find CC before CC can find them. Prestige is now going up those ropes. Solix is chilling out over here by site, picking up 2 back-to-back, but then Valorant will find them, and then Snazzy will find Valorant. It is a 1v2 right now, and with that, the defenders will win.
And I'll tell you what, you saw Clids there pop that neural theft, I believe, just trying to get some sort of information, and they got a little bit of information, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. Landslides did so well to win some big gunfights there, and unfortunately keep them out of getting that into that 7-11, and now we are down to a match point here on this first map.
Team Lightning, I am going to be honest with you. This may be a round to just do your best, but don't let yourself get mentally gassed, because we've mentioned it. It is a best of 3, not a best of 1. And when you're down this many, just try to maintain your mental.
Yeah, this is one where you don't want to get too aggressive too early, but at the same time, you know it's got to be happening. That's a big first pick there from Snazzy onto Punish.
There was assists there coming out from Mr. Menfi as well with that grenade. It did pick up a little bit of damage out onto the stage too. And now the rotation is pseudo happening. Oh,
they know
no.
It's here.
Oh,
they know
my
it's
gosh,
here.
no! Oh, CC, that could have been huge, but Valorant returned the favor. You picked up 2 of their teammates. They got to pick up you as well.
Valorant Valorant kept their team right in this. They know that if they would have gone down as well and put this into a 4v1, it was almost assuredly over. Now Valorant's still up. They do have that ult as well, so they're going to let, I'm guessing Zizzo's going to kind of bait here. And if Valorant doesn't feel like they can win a gunfight, they're going to use this TP away. But
Mr. Menfi is going to pick up both of them, though, and that is going to bring out Landslides to their 13 and make them win that first map. Nicely done. And, well, As you can all see right now, we are broadcasting this live from the Boise State Esports Game Pants Arena, and if you want to be one of those players being broadcasted, have the opportunity to get seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to some esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then you should definitely join the club, and that club in particular is the Esports Tower Club, where players get insider access to industry insights with our featured rumbles such as this one. Recruiters are taking notice of these events as well. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. Check them out at esportstower.com.
Yeah, and we've seen the coaching plays and just the big brain strats come through in these first two matches we've had the chance to commentate on so far today. This has been really impressive, and it's all come down to just kind of using that coaching ability that you get from events like this and coaching opportunities like this.
Having a coach makes such a huge difference. I'm speaking personally from experience as someone who came into my program as a platinum player and is now like this close to Grandmaster, but I mean, I have to dedicate my time to casting and doing other things now, so that's okay. It can be on the back burner for a short amount of time. But at the end of the day, honestly, check out Esports Tower if you really want the opportunity to hone in your skills. And we will be taking a short break from our Esports Tower broadcast right here to come back for Game 2 of the Grand Finals between the Landslides and Team Lightning. So be sure to stick around and come right back after, you know, maybe use the bathroom, get some water, have a snack, stretch those legs, and we'll be right back.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full time.
While I work full time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We're broadcasting live from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. I am your host, Artie Nerdy Bird Rain, and joining me to call all of the action is the one and only Riley Nappy Boyd. We are about to see if the Landslides can close out Game 2 to be the champions for this week's Rumble, or will Team Lightning come back with force and make us go to a Game 3? Riley, what do you think?
I think it depends on the map and the compositions here. We've seen some really, really good play out of both of these sides, and I think that these teams just have different compositions that they're really good at, and obviously maps define composition of these teams, so I think it's really going to depend on what map we get here.
I'm going to be biased and just say I want to see Icebox, but I know no one wants to see that.
Yeah, I think you're alone there.
I know. Well, there is a lot riding on this. The team that wins this grand finals will be the first team to qualify for the BFC Valorant Championship for the Esports Tower, which puts a lot of pressure and big stakes on this game in particular. We did see Mr. Menfi really impress us already. They are currently leading their team in this game, and we'll be able to hear their voice for this team. They've been the voice for their team and the driving force behind their cohesion, so hopefully they have the ability to really bring together their team and help them win out this next map. And part of winning that map will come down to utilizing these tips in the form of Doc's keys to the game that are oh so important. They are call-outs are critical. Watch those corners, call-out ability usage, and track enemy econ. Doc's keys to the game are presented today by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure, and you'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up.
And we saw a couple of times there. We talked about it before this grand final started. We saw a couple of times how important using those callouts for enemy ability usage was, and there was a couple rounds in there where it was critical because we saw it was almost a bloodbath. Things just happened like that so fast, and so being able to call stuff out like that and having that good team chemistry was so important in that last round.
Well, after an exciting game one of the grand finals, we're preparing for more action heading into this game two. Can Lightning make a comeback right here, or will the Landslides win, of course, with a landslide, pun intended, and take on the championship right here on Ascent? Dang it, no Icebox.
And look at how different this composition is. This is going to be so critical because this is a really different composition from both of these sides. We have 3 different agents between these two sides. That's going to be really interesting. The use of Astra on Ascent. This is a map that Astra can be really good at, but it's such a high skill gap, so it's kind of a risk from the Landslides. If you're comfortable, Snazzy, using it, then that could end up being huge. This is going to be really interesting. I'm curious to see how this plays out because Killjoy can be clutch too.
We also do see that Lux has swapped off the Raze, gone over to that Sage. So it'll be interesting. CC is now playing Sova as opposed to their normal Jet that we see them on. This is kind of just demonstrating the prowess of these players. Mr. Punish also has swapped over to playing a different operative as well. It seems like everyone is just kind of changing it up for this map in particular, and part of that is, you know, changing your ops, changing the play style, because even if you did stick with the same comp but change the people who are playing the operatives, it can drastically modify how the game's going to play out. So it'll be interesting to see what the different composition does here for this map for both teams.
Yeah, and just with how different those two are as well, you don't always see that. A lot of teams have kind of similar strats when it comes to compositions of teams, so having a completely different playstyle all the way around is going to be super interesting. As Clay's drone actually gets a ton of data here, and Lux is going to use that wall to kind of get around and try and bait out a push, and it's going to be interesting. They know that everyone from Landslides is over on that side. Can they take advantage of that info?
We do see that the Jet for Team Lightning right now is already hurting quite a bit. Landslides is down their Phoenix, however. That Jet also does get healed up. Prestige is looking to use that wall to get over the other one. And with that, Prestige will pick up Clids, almost manages to pick up Lux as well. Let's see if, and they do just that, taking out the other Sage, with Mr. Punish now coming in, taking out CC, and Snazzy taking out Punish and Valorant.
So now it's just down to this. It's a 3v1 here, unfortunately, from the side of Lightning. It's just Zizzo left on the other side of the wrong Sage wall right now. This is a tough spot to be in because Spike is obviously planted. They got to try and rotate back around. There's only one place they can go. This is a brutal push now if you're Zizzo, because they're going to be watching you like a hawk.
Yeah, this... I have no words of advice for Zizzo.
Win gunfights fast. Yeah, that's tough. When you have to check...
They ended the gunfight fast.
Yeah, that's true, they did. When you have to check that many different corners, that's almost impossible. That's an unwinnable, I think.
Yeah, I really don't know what you can do unless you have like the DPI switch on your mouse and you have only set 2, 1 your standard and 1 the I need to spaz out and check everything and then go back.
DPI up to 1600, just hitting mad flicks all the time. That's the only thing
yes,
you can
that is how you do it.
Yeah, that's a brutal spot to be in, unfortunatately.
I would like to point out, if any of you guys watching were here last week, you might remember that Lightning is the team that won out in our insanely long, grueling, and mentally and emotionally taxing game that lasted to a 19 and 17 round finishing out. And so even under pressure, they demonstrate their ability to continue to play and play at their absolute best. Even at times where I'm pretty sure they're like, I am so gassed and tired, but they just kept going. With that in mind, that may be enough to help them find the equalizer in this game and bring us to a match 3. But of course, only time will tell. I'm not making any predictions.
Yeah, and there's Landslides just kind of throwing it up middle, finding one, getting a shock dart and a recon bolt going out here, looking to see if there's anyone in spawn, and that's huge shots on the Sage there. CC's popping off right now with that Sova. Way to use your abilities. You got to chop for this 4th.
Oh, CC, you almost had Zizo there. They know where Zizo's at. They're probably Zizo found you first, though. Both of you were stomping around in all honesty. So it was kind of just who can hear better and identify where the footsteps were coming from.
And those were huge shots. Unfortunately, you know, it's not going to be enough if you're the side of Landslides, you know. That was a huge round, but on the side of Lightning, they tried really hard to counter that 4, just, you know, making a wrap through Garden, but it just wasn't enough.
As we go into this next one, we do see Landslide has won out 2 offensive rounds back-to-back. That's kind of big. It looks like they're doing a force as well, so this isn't going to be another pistol round for that team. Lightning hopefully predicted that just a tiny bit.
Oh,
Prestige
Memphi.
and Memphi are going to pick up 1 apiece. Lightning is now very much so hurting. As we see Mr. Memphi take out Zizo, we do see for Landslide their Sage is going to use that heal on themselves. Lightning is just down to their Sova and Sage, so it is just Lux now standing, using their heal on themselves and their Sova coming up behind them. With that plant out, they're both headed up to heaven right now. I believe this is going to be a very risky situation as we see the wall come out as well as the slow orb. CC is going to use their drone, identify where both those players are standing. We might see the wall bangs come out here.
Yeah,
we do, but they're not going to do a whole lot.
Oh, the Marshall.
Oh, Lux, that. There's literally a minuscule little area to be seen in, and if you had known that someone had a sniper rifle, you would have just been like, not a good idea.
Yeah, that's tough. That was a great use of that Sage wall, though, all around. That was just a fantastic round from Landslides. They looked really good there.
And they made it away from the explosion. Nicely done. Not a single player went down. Phoenix has that run it back already online just at round 3, demonstrating that they're popping off quite a bit. Team Lightning does not have their ults charged, but they may be close to a couple of them. We can see CC as well as just 2 away from their own. And if they continue to do what they've done in the past, we might see Hunter's Fury get popped even during this round.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they want to go for it there. Hunter's Fury is a little bit of a curious one. It's really good defensively, but using it offensively sometimes is difficult. You know, it's good to stop a plant, but it's the only time it's really viable when you're on offense is on that to try and stop a defuse. So
we did see Clids use their drone and their location dart right away, as the other Sova did as well. So kind of everyone got given away right there. Solix is gonna find Clids, however, so down goes Sova for Team Lightning. Killjoy's already hurting. The run it back was instigated and used. Solix is now gonna be able to get that plant off. Team Lightning obviously is going to have to play for the retake now.
Yeah, and the bot coming out there as well, destroying Memphi's run it back. That's really unfortunate timing. Memphi, I don't actually think got all that much information from it, but you see Prestige uses that wall to kind of look out through that gate there. Just kind of that one of those angles that is really tough to counter, that gets some information, but it's not going to be enough. And it's just, once again, Landslide's just kind of in that 3v4 situation, 3v3 now, but Spike is down.
Player standing.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they want to go for it there. It's the only time it's really viable when you're on offense is on that to try and stop a plant. You know, it's good to stop a plant, but it's not going to be enough. And it's just, once again, Landslide's just kind of in that 3v4 situation, 3v3 now, but Spike is down.
And it is just Phoenix standing. Lightning does have 2 up, but the Sage was hurting. And with that, Mr. Menthe's going to clutch out that round, taking out both of them on the spike. No one's going to get even close to that defuse.
The blind was just so clutch there. No one had hopped it yet. He hadn't heard that tap come through. Did such a good job of getting that flash around the corner and finding the easy one first and leaving the tough angle that Jet had for second and able to just see the top of the head.
And it does look like for landslides, they're going full buy this round. The economy for Team Lightning is definitely not where they want it to be. They're gonna have to either play for picks on this one or honestly, I don't know, play the retake and just do it smart. Jet does have their ultimate online, but that may not be enough.
Yeah, I'd be surprised to see Jet buy too much this round. You figure this is probably going to be a situation where it's shield and your ult for your gun, so it's going to have to be a pick. They're going to have to find something, and CC Zizzo already challenging early and no luck, and that's just such a devastating ability from Astra to pull him in there.
And with that, Team Lightning is down their Jet operative. That's going to be a little bit painful. CC will take out Clids, so they're down their Sova. Down goes Lux and Valorant as well with just Raze standing. Zizzo did manage to pick up CC, however, so at least they might be able to get an exit frag here.
Yeah, that's brutal. This is not a good econ situation for Lightning. They've got to find a way to win a round somehow, otherwise they're going to be in trouble. Those were great shots as well. Unfortunately, if you're Lightning, that's one that you almost feel like you have to win, but it's a tough gunfight to take.
At this point, though, they've lost a few rounds in a row. That does mean their econ is going to get a little bit of a helpful boost because of the game, so they'll be able to buy. I'm not positive they're going to all do full buys. We'll have to see. They do have a lot of ultimates online. Perhaps we'll see that Jet not buy that. Yes, so we hear both Run It Back and Jet use their ult. That was Phoenix from Landslides using theirs. Now it's going to see if Mr. Memphi can get any picks using that, as we do hear the Killjoy also use their ultimate.
Yeah, Landslide's really looking to put their foot on the throat right now. Ult's getting popped. There's Showstopper coming out on the side of Lightning. Unfortunately not finding anything, and they're actually going to get found as well, so that's really unfortunate for Landslides. They're in a tough spot right now.
As Prestige gets that plant, Sova still has their ult, and as does Sage. Sage uses that res on Mr. Memphi. We do still see Sage and Omen for Team Lightning with their ultimates as well. Jet did pop their knives, so we'll see if they can get some fragging out on that one. But as I say that, Mr. Memphi takes out Mr. Punish. So good night to you, good sir, as Mr. Memphi also takes out Valorant. Mr. Memphi's now going to use those hot hands to heal themselves up, which is a very smart move.
Yeah, and you see that paranoia coming through. They know they're behind them. They know that's being top heavy. You heard those Odin shots coming through, and Prestige just locking down those last two. This is a really good performance from Landslide.
What did they eat between rounds? This is...
Wheaties. They had their Wheaties.
Hopefully none of them have celiac.
Almond milk. Oh, wait, no, that's gluten. Never mind. That's true. I don't know then. Is there gluten-free Wheaties?
Maybe? There's gluten-free Cheerios.
I don't know. We got to do some research.
All right, maybe they'll answer. Oh, was it not Wheaties?
No, you'll have to tell it. I don't know. Who knows? Might be sending mixed signals right now.
I think so. We do see Team Lightning has 2 ults online still, just that Sage and the Omen ability. We also still have Hunter's Fury activated online for the Landslides from Sova. CC, that powerhouse. We'll see what they choose to do with it. It might be used to help get a plant off, but might not. Mr. Memphi's going to find Zizzo, unfortunately, so that's going to bring down Lightning's operator count by 1. They do have res online. I don't foresee it being used, though, because that body is not in a good spot, as we see Jet go down, as well as Omen.
Yeah, and right now Lightning had to be on like a partial save, and Clids, I think, was just running around with a classic at that point, just hoping to get a pick, and CC's just kind of, you know, foot on gas. This is going to go up to a 7-0 here. This is rough. This is rough, and it's when you're on the side of Lightning, it's like you drop the first couple of rounds, and now the econ's just so against you. What do? That was clutch from Lux. You needed that one.
You go ham is my only advice. You say screw it, and you bet it all on black, and you just go.
Well, and here's the deal. If Lux could find one more, he doesn't even have to win this round here. If Lux can just find one more or just stay alive, either way, they should have enough to be able to buy something for one of their teammates and try and bring this back. And that was so big. Just stay alive. You don't even need to win this round, Lux. You've got enough to buy for a teammate. Oh, they got the info too.
Oh, and Prestige is hurting. Prestige is definitely hurting. Oh, they were so close. They were so, oh, is Prestige gonna do it? Oh no, oh no! Oh man, Lux, I am so sorry.
That's tough because now Lux loses that gun and that's gonna hurt the Econ. If you could have survived that, you might have had enough to buy. Your teammates did do some serious saving in that last round, so hopefully the Econ's a little bit more back on track. But you could have done some, that would have helped it just for the next couple of rounds as well, as we are getting closer and closer to that half. Although this seems to be shaping up like it could be a quick map because landslides look really good here.
And it looks like, honestly, Team Lightning is just going to go bold. They predict where people are going to be. Mr. Punish. Oh my gosh, the Hunter's Fury is going to pick up Prestige. Zizo's going to take out CC. Snazzy will get 3, though. Ooh. Mr. Punish will take out Snazzy in return, but they are severely hurting. It is just Killjoy standing now. And the drone comes out. They know where this Killjoy is. The swarm grenade went out, but it will not be enough. Mr. Punish will pick them up, and with that, the defenders will finally win a round, bringing Lightning up 1. Now it may be the time where we see the turnaround. I'm really hoping you guys can bring this one back. That would be a Cinderella story for sure. We'll just have to wait and see, though. That Hunter's Fury, though, right there was amazing.
Yeah, serious investment there. Being able to pop it early in the round like that, just kind of knowing exactly where they were going to be. They were so grouped up. You had a pretty good chance of finding one, and they did a good job of using that. Still have 2 ults online. Obviously, landslides can counter with their own Hunter's Fury, and you see Clids is just kind of ready to go with getting some of that recon there, just seeing if anyone's pushing, and they should get a little bit of info, so they may counter with their own Hunter's Fury right now.
We do hear Omen using their ult. Astra has their ult online, as does Sova and Phoenix for Team Landslide. We do have for Team Lightning, their Sage has their Resurrect ability online. We'll have to see if they end up using that this round. The Spike Carrier did get killed. Valorant and Mr. Punish both picking up 1 kill apiece. And down goes another one, Snazzy to Mr. Punish as well. It is just 2 remaining for Team Landslide. Now, honestly, Lightning, either get the picks or go in and get the plant. Take your pick.
And if they can find one, there is an op on the map here, I believe, still. So that's a big find from Memphi there, though. They needed that. But if you can find Prestige, obviously that op is on the map, and that would be a huge boost to Econ as well, as the op is down now.
Oh, no, Prestige will pick up Zizo, and we do still have Phoenix. They have their ult online. Mr. Punish will pick up Memphi, though. It is just Sage standing, and with that, the defenders will win. Nicely done, Team Lightning.
And there's that op is going to get picked up from Clids as well, you can see. So now, all of a sudden, Lightning just trying to get a couple more picked up before the half. You've got, what, 3 rounds left before the half. You could bring this back, get this a little bit more manageable. Lightning starting to look really good, like they just need some time to get warm.
Eat your Wheaties.
Yeah, seriously, this was good from the side of Lightning. This was really good.
Here.
See that alarm bot's going to get placed over here on long, just kind of baiting anybody out. As they do see there is that drone coming out from Sova, so you got to think here, if you're landslides, you know there's not that many over there. Maybe it's time to get aggressive over here onto this site, and you see 2 ults are going to get popped from landslides as they try and get aggressive over towards B.
The run it back and the Astra wall. Mr. Punish will pick up CC. So they are, Team Landslides is down 1. Mr. Memphi will find that equalizer kill. Lux will take out Mr. Memphi in return. Prestige taking out Lux. It is now a 3v3. That wall is still up. Jet still has their ult. Sage still has that res. Prestige will take out Zizo, bringing us to a 2v3. The res also happening, but in return, Sage will go down. So was it worth it?
That was such a great praise from Punish there. This has all been a great round using those abilities. So many ults getting popped, and if Lightning can find a way to win this round right now like they're looking like they're going to, this is going to be absolutely massive. You got to get active into backside here. They know where you're at. Great use of that updraft from Jet.
Nice, Mr. Punish!
What an aggressive play from Mr. Punish, using that updraft to just get the info.
Is there enough time? Yes, barely. Barely enough time, and they get the defuse.
That was
Nicely
a
done.
huge round from Lightning. So critical to win that round. And I think it starts from Prestige somehow getting split from the normal push here and kind of getting stuck in that 2v1 where they got the chance for the res, but they got taken out and unfortunately just put Memphi in a really bad spot there.
Many ults were also popped for Team Landslide on that one, so now it is just the Hunter's Fury online. Don't exactly know what everyone else's charges are at. Astra's probably not close, Sage definitely not, and we do have Jet and Sage for Team Lightning with their ults online. That may be proved to be useful for them, especially if Jet has the ability to pop off with those knives.
And they've got some info here. Unfortunately, it looks like Memphi did see Sage there. The slow orb is going to come in and slow down this push. Maybe try and get a heal off on yourself, but this is kind of a slow push over here towards the side. This favors Lightning again.
And we do see that Raze now has that Showstopper online. Killjoy and Sova both have their ults up for Team Landslide right now. Things are starting to even out rather quickly in regards to the econ for ability usage on both sides. We do see that Sage is hurting a little bit here for Team Lightning. That might be a problem. Never mind. They do finally use that self-heal. So we see Mr. Memphi and Valorant both pick up a kill, evening out that operative score rather quickly. But going down your Sova may not be too great as we see Prestige take out Lux.
You saw the little baby flank come through there, and unfortunately it was just bad timing. Prestige throws that Odin through the smoke. Good plays from Prestige to kind of get them back on top, get some good footing.
left.
They do have the high ground now.
Oh my gosh. No comments. It is a 2v4, and with that, I feel like, Clids managed to find Prestige rather quickly there. Then they do have the Odin, and they take, Mr. Punish taking out Solix. Solix did take out Clids. We've got 8 seconds. Snazzy's gonna have enough time to get that plant off. Mr. Memphi's in a 1v1 right now. Honestly, they're distracting Mr. Punish enough that, yep, with that, the attackers will win out that round.
That was a very interesting round because that spike wouldn't have had a chance to go down. If they would have had the spike trapped there in Garden, they would have just been able to kind of keep dancing, using those updrafts to stay alive. But that was good play from Landslides there to just kind of play that out and play the objective.
I love how one of them just kind of was like, all right, I'll be the bait.
Yeah, just time it, you know? No reason to get too aggressive with it. That was good plays from Landslide. Really good plays.
Standing ahead.
We do hear Jet for Team Lightning pop their ult right away. Lux is going to take out Mr. Memphi. There is no res online for Team Landslide, so they're going to have to deal with their Phoenix being down. We see Showstopper and Res online for Team Lightning right now. Hunter's Fury as well as Killjoy have their ults. Valorant will go down to that. Killjoy, however, Killjoy is half health, as is Sage. And with that, Killjoy will go down. We hear the Showstopper get popped.
Yeah, as you see, we're in a 3v3 here. This is the last round before the half, so it's going to be Landslide. They've got their last ult online, waiting to see if anyone wants to go with it. You'd imagine that you were going to wait until you maybe get a chance to get this planted here, and CC is going to be in back site, just kind of waiting.
We did see that wall go up as well. That was quite huge. And now with that plant off, Jet still has their ult online, but we're just in a sit and wait. CC takes out Mr. Punish. Lux takes out CC, evening that out. 2v2. Lux, honestly, you might frag out, but you might be doing a risky move here. As we do see Raze is pretty low. Prestige finds Lux, and Snazzy finds Zizo.
Good plays there. That slow orb stopped the push. They had to go on the other side there, and they knew it. They did a good job of just using that slow orb to push them around to the other side, and they were just waiting. The trap was set and executed.
If you're Team Lightning right now, you are looking to win out this pistol round and possibly win a second pistol round to try and just ruin the econ for Team Landslide. You cannot let them run away with that score right out the gate here, but only time will tell. Lightning, let's see what you have in store for us on this round.
Yeah, if you're Lightning, you've got to go now. Again, it's getting down to must-wins, especially when you're on offense. You've got to win a lot of stuff here right now. You can't afford to drop many rounds at all.
It looks like Prestige is going for that early wall play. What? Okay.
It's like it was a football huddle. Break.
Circle up.
See those abilities getting used there. Just trying to get a little bit of info over here in A site and just wait and see if anyone pushes out. And little do they know, they actually have an opportunity to try and get a plant down because it is actually a 1v or a 2v5 over on this site. You got to get in here quickly, but you have a chance to get this quick plant.
And CC, unfortunately, will pick up 2 despite the quick rotations coming out from Team Lightning. Zizo will pick up Snazzy as well. And CC finds Clids too. Now Lightning is just 2 standing. Lux is going to pick up CC. 3v2. Oh, 2v2. Zizo find Mr. Menby. There's a chance here for Team Lightning to just win this out on kills alone. Lux is getting the plant, but as that's happening, Zizo finds Prestige. The plant does go off, but it is just Killjoy standing now.
Killjoy was on a little bit of a raptor. I don't know that they actually, I don't think Lux expected Killjoy to be coming from that area. He got that bot down, and now they know they're heaven. Just have to wait on this, and this should be a good chance for a defuse.
And they have a wall, too. Ooh, that is unluckers. I think the full defuse is just going to come here. Yep, and with that, Solex will get the win for their team on that round.
And the right click too there at the very end. Nice play from Solex there. That wall was so strategically well placed. Like that, like what do you do? Like how do you even counter that?
We do see that someone picked up a sniper. I'm not quite sure which sniper it is, but it looks like someone for Team Landslides has decided to go with that. They're going bold. Why not?
Yeah, you got to get that Marshall rolling early, see if they can find a quick headshot there, which has been pretty good for both of these teams so far. So Landside's now trying to get this really into a spot where they're in a dominant spot, and if you're Lightning once again, every round just gets more and more desperate. It's just a slow developing round here. Kind of this wrap back towards A through spawn.
Oh, Zizo is right by. Oh, never mind. That's safe. I am cuckoo.
It's tough. The yellow is different than what you normally would think. You normally see red, you know, so the yellow is a little different. And now they know where they're at as that bot does come through. They don't know that there's 3 there, but they have to assume there's at least a few.
There they are.
CC does pick up 1, and Snazzy picks up 2. The spike is now down. Lightning. The Sova's hurting. Sova goes down. It is just Omen remaining. Ooh. Oh, and CC finds Valorant right away, getting a flawless victory round for the side of the Landslides.
CC has been absolutely massive this entire day. They've done so much work, had some huge kills, had some crazy rounds. CC's been fantastic.
We do see Valorant has gone in favor of picking up that sniper as well. We've got Hunter's Fury and Showstopper online. 1 ult for both sides. Don't really know the rest of the ult econ as far as how charged everyone's is, but we can only assume that Landslide is very close to having multiple ults online yet again. We do see Valorant is very far from their own ultimate, so we will not see Omen use theirs this round. Showstopper has been popped by Zizo. Will they be able to pick? Ooh. Oh, Mr. Memphi will click Zizo's head before they can do anything. Valorant will return the favor on Memphi, and Lux will find Solex, and then Prestige finds Lux, and Clids finds Prestige. Now it is a 2v3. Team Lightning is getting the plants off, but they gotta make sure they do not go down 1 operative, or it's going to be very difficult to hold this one as Mr. Punish finds Snazzy. So this Sova, I do not foresee you winning out this one in a 3v1, my friend.
Yeah, CC has the information that they need. It's just going to be a matter of do they chow it right, and the shots, unfortunately, they have a pretty good idea of where they are, so.
Are you going to pop it? Are you going to do the thing? No.
I was going to say that would be, well, now you.
Oh, that was, that was pretty good. Not going to lie. It was nicely done.
The timing was sag. The timing was super sag because it looked like they chowed it right as the other player checked back spawn. So I thought for a second, I was like, ooh, do they actually have a chance here? But unfortunately, right as they went to peek this, looked like whoever's in the back there just chowed it.
Yeah, it was Mr. Punish on that jet. They were like, oh, there goes my teammate from the right. I got to help him. Oh, you guys having a dinner party? Nicely done. Way to get some snacks in beforehand.
You know, and we've talked about some of the chemistry with Lightning here. You can just see it. They look like they're having fun in these games, and I love that. That's what we need. And that just exquisite dart placement. You know, we're seeing people find better and better dart places, and there's that Hunter's Fury.
Prestige taken out 2 right away. Nicely done. Unfortunately, Lightning, you've got 3 remaining. Your spike carrier's still alive. Thankfully, Valorant will pick up Prestige in return. So, sorry, but Valorant was a little grumpy for that one. We see the flash comes out, and it's going to be of great use to Mr. Menfee finding Klitz, but then Valorant will find Mr. Menfee right away.
The trades, good trades all over the place, and now Snazzy's going to have a chance to see someone. Can they get the shots through?
Nice! CC picks up Valorant. Now it is just the Rays standing for Team Lightning, and with that, the defenders will win out that round.
CC once again with another multi-kill round. I mean, they are having a huge game. They're 19 and 12, and I think Astra's 20 and 12 as well. So just pop-offs on the side of Lightning here.
We are now at match point, so this is the nail-biter situation. If you are Team Lightning, it is time to flip every switch and put all gears as high as possible and just pop off on this round.
Yep. It looks like we're going towards a game 3, which is always fun. Love seeing a map 3 when it's in the grand finals. This is going to be really fun. I think we're in for a really fun conclusion. And there's the knives coming out from Punish. Just trying to do anything to win around here.
And we do see Punish manage to find CC there. And Snazzy, nicely done. Mr. Menfee's going to use that flash. Will it be enough to stall out that rotation? We'll have to see.
The wall is going to go up there, so good plays there on the side of Lightning.
Spike planted.
Ooh, the wall bangs from Menfee. Good shots. The Guardian shots coming through too. It's just Sage abilities just getting spammed up in heaven here.
And we see Mr. Menfee pop that, run it back.
Ooh.
They do get seen immediately, and with that, the attackers will win out that round. Nicely done, Team Lightning.
That was I mean, obviously it was a must win, and that was just a good use of Sage abilities up top, just keeping people slowed down and pushed back, and that was really good plays from Team Lightning there.
Both Sages do have their Resurrects online. We'll possibly see one get popped this round. Team Lightning may end up having to use it just to maintain that they have all players on the field going into this one, because we are still at match point. This is always a risky situation to be in, but Lightning is the team that brought us all the way to match point multiple times last week, so they'll probably do it again to us. We'll just have to wait and see, though.
Yeah, you never know. And there's that Sage wall. Just a tricky little spot there, getting some high-up information. And that's an early pick. Oh, no. And that's Sage down as well from Lightning. That is bad news.
They do still have possession of that spike, though. Solix will find Mr. Punish, and Valorant will find Snazzy. Snazzy's been a powerhouse for their team, so that might be helpful. CC takes out Valorant, and Klitz takes out Succulents. It's a 2v3, never mind a 2v4, because Prestige picked up Snazzy using that res ability. Losing your Sage when they have that res online really does kind of suck, but it just happens.
And this pinch is going to have them trapped. They can't go through tunnel because they know Menfee's just sitting there, and they can't go through their own spawn because there's a couple of them back there as well. So if you're Lightning, you're effectively trapped.
Oh, Prestige going in for the double, and with that, the defenders will win. And Team Landslides is your winner for this week's Esports Tower Valorant Rumble. Congratulations, all of you.
That was really impressive. Lance is just looking really good all over the place.
And Team Landslides, this is your roster here. It's Jake, Mr. Menfee, Prestige, Snazzy, and Solix. Nicely done to each and every single one of you. And also shout out to Team Lightning. All of you did fabulous as well. And also, if you want to be seen by some expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then you definitely should join the club. And that club is Esports Tower, where players get insider access to industry insights with our featured rumbles that recruiters are taking notice of as well. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. Check them out at esportstower.com.
Yeah, this has been a really fun couple weeks of Rumble that we've had. I hope people keep coming back and watching and getting involved in these, because it's just been getting better and better. And this was this lived up to last week for sure, in my opinion.
Well, big congratulations to the Landslides on winning week 4 of the Esports Tower Valorant Rumble in a dominating fashion. They showed great teamwork and talent throughout the entire tournament and went undefeated on their way to victory. By winning this event, the Landslides have become the first Esports Tower qualifying team to compete in the upcoming BFC Valorant Championship, which is a really exciting opportunity, and we cannot wait to see the Landslides how well they do in BFC. And if you want to find out more about BFC and how to qualify, check out Esports Tower for more information.
Yeah, that's going to be a really fun tournament. It's kind of fun to see these kind of things get introduced, and it looks like we're going to have an ICC player of the game here, and what do you know? It looks like it's Mr. Menfi.
And the ICCU player of the game, of course, is brought to you by the Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes helping members achieve financial success is the key to victory. My apologies. Mr. Menfi is the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. And tonight, we will actually be able to interview Mr. Menfi. Their name is Memphis Elliott, and they will joining us here shortly to be talking to us in a live interview. So have your questions ready, Riley.
Ooh, that's going to be sick. I already know right there. That's my question. What was the thought there, just the ego with the paint shells there? That was so cool. That was so cool. What a play.
All of this across the board was insane. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and just the ability to kind of switch in between characters, obviously, using different agents. We saw both a Raze and a Phoenix coming through. Both I can't talk now all of a sudden. I just completely lost my train of thought.
Hello, how are you doing this evening?
Good, how are you guys doing?
Pretty good. Already losing my voice despite that match not going nearly as long as last week's, but I appreciate it. All right, Riley, I will let you take the first question because it seemed like you really, really want some answers.
Well, I just, the chow there when you were in that first map and you threw the paint shells when you were raised instead of going for the wallbang there on Sage, I just kind of want to know what was going through your head, because that was just such a huge IQ play. I kind of wanted to know what the thought process was there instead of going for the wallbang, just throwing the shells and getting that defuse off.
Well, I didn't really know where the Sage would be, so I was sort of playing, hoping she would go around. That's why I sort of looked right. So that was sort of like cover for my left side, and I just got lucky and actually killed her.
Sometimes luck is it just goes above and beyond when you need it, and that was just such a cool play. I just mad respect there.
Well, you showed some great skill on a couple of operatives this evening, but I want to know, do you have a personal favorite? Who's your main when it comes to playing Valorant?
I really don't have a main. I just run a lot of duelists for my team. I would probably say that Jet's my favorite.
I think that you were running some of those flashes really well with Phoenix there as well. I could totally see how you'd be a Jet, just because of your aggressive nature and stuff. But I thought that you ran Phoenix really well tonight as well, just throwing those flashes around corners and stuff, and being a really good entry fragger for your team.
I mean, honestly.
Sorry.
Go for it.
I started playing Phoenix when I joined Esports Tower, so I never really played him until recently. So.
Well, part of being on a team, you said it yourself, that you kind of just play what's needed. And it's being, as Doc has put it before, and this is nothing bad at all. It's being a tool for your team to use. And by saying you don't have a main, honestly, I can definitely relate and appreciate that feeling. Good on you, and that just demonstrates how well-rounded you are as a player, and I'm really excited to see what else you're able to bring to the table. My next question for you is, so you're in Esports Tower, you are obviously in high school. Are you looking to try to find a path to pro here, or are you kind of trying to, get into the college scene by using these rumbles as a way to get recognized?
See, I'm definitely trying to get recognized for pro teams and stuff, because tomorrow there's the EFC tournament. And I've always really wanted to do esports, and I feel like it's a great opportunity.
That's cool. It is a good opportunity. These kind of exposure opportunities are super cool, and you definitely got the skill to do it. And just keep putting yourself on these kind of big stages. That's awesome, man. You're looking good.
Well,
thank you. I appreciate it.
My last question for you, and this is going to sound absolutely ridiculous, but if you watched, you might have heard us asking this question. What the heck did y'all eat today to just absolutely dominate consistently throughout the entire course of that game? Because you guys were honestly on fire consistently. That was absolutely incredible. So, I mean, like, what did you do in order to prepare for this, really?
Well, a lot of aim training.
What
But I
are
mean,
you
it's just
using for
being
your
able-
aim? Oh, sorry, I was gonna say, what do you use for your aim training? Just out of curiosity.
Sometimes I use aim labs. I haven't really used it recently. I honestly go to the range a lot and just shoot bots, you know, for 30 minutes to an hour, listen to music.
There you go.
30 minutes to an hour in the practice range is a lot of time to dedicate to just shooting bots. I will not lie, but that actually explains a lot. We've talked about it before. Your crosshair placement, as well as the crosshair placement of multiple players in Esports Tower, is absolutely incredible. And a part of that is, like, because the TTK is so low in this game, it ultimately plays into your ability to win. And that, on top of your ability usage, was just absolutely incredible. I will not lie.
Thank you.
Riley, do you have another question for them?
You know what? I don't think so, man. Keep grinding. This is awesome. You're showing it out on the biggest stages you can get in high school. Looking forward to seeing how you do in these next couple tournaments.
Well, Mr.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Mr. Memphis, I'm going to leave you with this, and that is, because you want to continue and hopefully get a path to pro, keep up the good work. But of course, you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to say this because I'm looking to be an educator. Don't forget about your grades. Make sure you keep working hard and make sure you stay healthy and happy throughout the entire course of everything that's going on, and keep up the hard work. I'm really excited to see what you bring to the table in the coming weeks here within Esports Tower and the other tournaments that we'll be able to see you in.
Well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, then thank you for joining us for this interview. It's actually exciting to be able to put another face to another name. And so, everyone, big thank you to Mr. Menfi for taking the time to talk to us this evening. We can't wait to see you in the future Rumbles. And as we prepare to close out this evening, do you have any big takeaways, Riley?
I think my takeaway right now is that was just an absolute dominant performance that we saw today. Like you said, just pure dominance, just running through people, and it comes just from a lot of strategy, and it comes from that stuff that you get from working with Esports Tower. I mean, we heard Mr. Menfi there. He didn't even run Phoenix until he jumped into Esports Tower, and look how good he was with Phoenix in that last map. For me, that just is such a highlight of what this kind of an organization can produce for these high school players.
Not just in Valorant, but in Rocket League as well, and hopefully Overwatch in the coming future. Esports Tower definitely does a lot of work to help out their students and help them progress and just absolutely dominate in these games. And as a reminder, we do host this event every Wednesday, so make sure you return back here next week at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here to the Boise State Esports Twitch channel to check out the next round of the Valorant Rumble. And we'll be closing out this broadcast with the Idaho Army National Guard Top 5, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time, with more than 10 job opportunities offering 20K bonus and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there, so be sure to reach out to them on iGuard Gaming at Twitch. Well-rounded composition here, because I know Sky has not been fully meta for a very long time, but their ability to heal multiple people at once is huge, and that can help out their team. But even with that, we've got Pax running through, just taking out full.
So they're going to try and get in behind. That's going to be critical to see if they can kind of change the face of this round and just kind of get this taken care of.
We did see Lux take out the Killjoy there. Now there's just 2 players standing for Team Landsides, where there's 4 standing for Team Lightning. That clock is starting to run out as Lux takes out CC and Snap. Landslides is down their Phoenix, however. That Jet also does get healed up. Prestige is looking to use that wall to get over the other one. And with that, Prestige will pick up Clids, almost manages to pick up Lux as well. Let's see and they do just that, taking out the other stage, with Mr. Punish now coming in, taking out CC and Snap. And bring us to a match 3, but of course only time will tell. I'm not making any predictions.
Yeah, and there's Landslides just kind of throwing it up middle, finding one, getting a shock dart and a recon bolt, going out here looking to see if there's anyone in spawn, and that's huge shots on the stage there. CC's popping off right now with that Sova. Way to use your abilities. could be a quick map because landslides look really good here.
And it looks like, honestly, Team Lightning is just going to go bold. They predict where people are going to be. Mr. Punish. Oh my gosh, the Hunter's Fury's going to pick up Prestige. Zizo's going to take out CC. Snazzy will get 3, though. Mr. Punish will take out Snazzy in return, but they are severely hurt.